Odessen, huh? Could it be there's really a place where no one wants to kill us?
I handpicked it myself. We'll be safe.
Are we sure it's wise to leave Scorpio in control of the bridge?
Got the ship locked down. She can't go anywhere without my approval.
I hope you're right.
So why this world?
Remote, unsettled, and strong in the Force. But unlike Korriban or Tython, Odessen is altogether balanced.
How did you find it?
I've always had a strong affinity with the Force. It's what set me on this path to begin with. Led me to forge a certain alliance all those years ago.
With the Republic?
I meant with you. Well, here we are. This is your new alliance.
It's a good start.
We all had a hand in getting here, but you've been the center. You made it possible. Show them what you're made of.
Your attention. As of now, this camp is under my control. You will work fast, you will work efficiently, and you will work hard to prepare for what's to come. The past you knew will never be reality again. Arcann has obliterated all of it. But we will grow in number, and together, without hesitation, we will strike at Arcann. If you fail me, make no mistake. In my camp, there will be consequences.
Like what you done with the place.
Theron Shan.
Hadn't seen you in a while. Wasn't sure you'd remember me.
It's great to see you again, Theron.
Good. Wasn't sure based on what Lana said you went through. What you're going through.
I take it Lana has been putting your skills to good use.
She hasn't gotten me tortured by the enemy even once. Been a long 5 years. Feels like everything's changed.
You got better looking.
I don't know about that, but hey, I'll take it.
I'm still the same.
Except for the whole Valkorian thing. Yeah, I've been briefed. Since I left the SIS, Lana's brought me in to manage operations. But before we get into all the more or less official stuff, I've got something for you.
You found my people.
No luck so far, but...
Needs work! A lot of work!
When you have a moment, it's time for that official stuff. I'll be inside.
A squadron run like that will fail without detailed schematics. We need hangar positions, defensive capabilities. It would also help if we understood how to disrupt the power core.
I cannot divine such information nor pray to the gods of science. All I can do is speculate. Unless, that is, we could extract such data in secret.
Don't look at me. I've snuck into some crazy places, but stations like these are another deal altogether.
All right, we'll table it for now. We have company.
Need some help?
With Arkan's battle stations, we will, as soon as we understand them. We're building a healthy alliance, but it's not enough. The core worlds are still under the threat of Arkan's considerable reach. Now, I've assembled a team of specialists to help tackle the big questions and find potential recruits.
Dr. Javad Ilib Ogorov. I'm no biologist, but I admit I'm fascinated by the effects of long-term carbonite poisoning on your mental faculties.
Baywan Ego, former fleet admiral in the Republic Navy. Discharged, but still in this fight.
Hilo Viz. Sure you've heard of me. Broke the toughest blockade in galactic history. Republic's greatest outlaw hero, basically.
Your visage surfaced in my trials. I am the mystic Sana Ray. I will assist you.
Exactly what problems are you all working to solve?
Exactly all of them. Logistics, intelligence, military, technology. And don't get me started on the Force.
If I may be so bold, I would ask a favor of you. I have my trained eye on a promising recruit. A damned of all creatures. If you'd like to go over the details, you may find me in my splendid new laboratory.
So that's the team. Any questions?
What do I have to do to find out what you've been up to all these years?
We'll get a chance to talk soon.
Ah, excellent. I have been looking forward to our collaboration. It is no secret that against the Eternal Empire we stand at a massive technological disadvantage. In fact, that is almost an understatement. My role here is to coordinate the Alliance effort to understand the Eternal Empire technology, and to develop our own to bring us to an even footing. The task is daunting indeed, which is what makes it exciting. To succeed, we must gather scientists, researchers, and representatives from the galaxy's many sentient species for their fresh perspectives. For now, I must return to my art. Without even saying a word, you have managed to leave me inspired. Truly impressive. I must create.
Greetings. When my vision showed I must take many Voss, seek an outsider, and enter a war, great caution was exercised. My vision was given to 5 different interpreters. All 5 interpretations aligned. Thus, I am here. I have also brought several Voss training in the Force. Some proficient, some beginners, all learning. My visions reveal those who might join. You will attempt to recruit them. My visions also showed many artifacts and Force relics gathered here. The task of retrieving them also falls to you. With the relics, we will learn and grow. Our alliance will spread across the stars. I must return to meditation. As outsiders like to say. Good luck.
Sir, welcome to your Alliance's military headquarters. Pleasure to have you here. We've been on the opposite side of a war for a lot of years, but that's all the past. It has to be. We've got the Eternal Empire out there now, and it's going to take all of us working together to even have a chance of stopping them. My job here is to coordinate the Alliance's military and strategic intelligence assets. That said, we're too small to accomplish much right now. We're going to need to start by growing. which includes both recruitment and securing additional material. Let me know if and when you're looking to help. We've got plenty of work to go around.
Well, if it isn't the new commander. We didn't get much of a chance to talk earlier. Well, here it is in all its glory, the beating heart of your Alliance's supply chain. Anyhow, I'd give you the grand tour, but we're all pretty busy. The Alliance needs a lot to keep it going. Food, equipment, weapons, ships, and it needs to get everything without popping up on Arcan's scanners. That kind of work takes a true professional. Someone who knows where to look, how to ask, and who to ask. So, naturally, your friends went and found the best. Yours truly to run the supply into this operation. I make sure you get what you need without raising any eyebrows. All at perfectly reasonable contract rates, plus hazard premiums and a discretion fee. I have to admit I've stretched my network of contacts pretty thin. If this alliance is going to get much bigger, we're going to need a lot more help. Smugglers, bounty hunters, maybe even pirates. Anyone who has useful skills or just knows their way around the underworld. You find anyone good, bring them in. I've always got my ear to the ground, too. If I find any promising leads, I'll let you know. Oh, one last thing. While you're out and about, you ever find a Deveronian by the name of Galt Renault or Tiresias Loci? You let me know. Need to put a few holes into that backstabber. Long story.
To old friends and new allies.
I'll drink to the second part.
Do you even recall the last time we relaxed?
I can. It was 2.6 million years ago, and Senya was still a jerk.
And to think I was going to sing for you all tonight.
You were what? Ah, come on. I have got to hear this.
Too late now.
Theron, you can't let the weight of the galaxy rest on your shoulders all the time.
Isn't that why you talked me into coming here? To lighten your load?
I brought you here because you're good.
Hey, look who it is. Don't worry, didn't really start without you.
Yes, we've only just begun. I wasn't sure you'd attend.
A chance to unwind after what we've been through is exactly what we need.
You are exactly correct. Now get this guy to cheer up.
I'm reasonably cheery. I'm joining in. And now you are too.
I was hoping to have a talk with one of you first.
Yeah? Who'd you have in mind?
Come on, Theron. Let's catch up.
You got it.
Is there any food, or did you eat it all?
Hey, I mean, I probably did, but come on.
With the way everything changed, the SIS didn't feel right for me anymore, so I walked away. Kept up with my contacts, pretty much did what I was already doing, just not for the Republic. Not for anything. Against Zakuul.
Were you able to make any headway?
I have found sympathetic Zakuulans, but not many. A lot of folks moved out here from the core worlds. I'm having better luck recruiting them, but they're also under suspicion of being dissidents.
I hear Suresh installed a puppet chancellor.
She's pulling the strings, no doubt about it. Made my decision to move along that much easier. Suresh has her supporters, a lot of them. But she'll wind up grinding the Republic to dust. You watch.
What about your mother?
The Grandmaster? No. The Jedi Order got scattered, plucked apart, and she decided to go somewhere. Didn't say where. No one's heard from her, as far as I know. And I guess Lana's filled you in on the rest. I want you to know that I'll do everything I can to keep things running smoothly around here.
So you'll take care of anyone who needs you?
Not just anyone. I'm sorry I couldn't be there to thaw you out. Look at all you've accomplished. Everyone who chose to rally behind you. I haven't been one of those destiny people in a long time, but this sure feels like it.
If you mean being here with you, I agree.
Lana, I have a confession to make. I tried the roast Gorak.
What? When did you even have time?
I tried it, and I didn't love it, but the sauce had this zing to it. I really wish I had some.
It looks like things are winding down.
Len and Tora got into a drinking contest. It ended poorly.
Hey, have you seen Senya? Has anyone seen Senya?
Koth, she's not hunting you anymore. You're going to have to trust her eventually.
I thought this was supposed to be a celebration.
Sorry for bringing it up.
Doesn't look like there's much celebrating anyway.
Crew needs to be back to work in an hour. That should be fun.
I need to schedule some meetings.
Reminds me of my advisor days.
We have a lot to accomplish. Let's get to it.
You heard him.
Tora, Len, let's go, you miserable lightweights.
Oh, shut up!
It's impressive, you know. People from all over the galaxy want to stand behind you.
This is how it was always going to be.
Yes. That's what Heskel believed, too. Look at how the Scions followed him. He would have them die as he did because their deaths were foreseen. Their visions provide great insight, but they're not infallible.
Reminds me of the Heralds of Zildrog.
There's another leader who paid for his certainty. Say what you will about Valkorion, but he at least considered the viewpoints of others. He listened to me. Most of the time. He would never have done what Arcann...
What is it?
I told you before that Arcann had a brother, Thexan. They were inseparable until his death. Vaylin told me during our fight. Arcann murdered Thexan. His own brother. Maybe if I had raised him...
Your fight with Vaylin, what happened?
What she had to say, it struck me down to my core. Paralyzed me. She slipped away. Now, more than ever, I realize my children must be stopped, and that I have to make peace with the choices I've made. Whatever you've done to get here, I hope you can do the same.
She raises a good question. How do you look back on your path to this moment?
You're in my head. Why don't you take a look for yourself?
And what good would that do our alliance? You may not see an alliance, but our destinies are now intertwined. Take advantage of that fact, and there is much you will be capable of. I see you defeating Arcann, even if there are those on this world who disagree.
What does that mean? Who disagrees?
You will learn soon enough.
He's out there somewhere. Our own father, plotting against us.
He's not the only one. After I told Mother that you killed Thexan, she probably wants your head. But it's not a problem. You have the throne, the fleet, this whole empire. You are as safe from her as can be.
I wish Thexan could be here now. He'd see I was right to challenge Father. Imagine it. The three of us ruling this empire as it was meant to be ruled.
I'd like it if Thexan were here too. But that's no longer possible. Doesn't matter. Father has a new favorite. He wants the Outlander to take all of this from you.
I'll die before I let that happen to us.
Of course you will.
Lon and I thought it would be a good idea to call a meeting. Hope you can spare the time since, you know, it's basically about you.
What is all this?
It's your first official speech as Alliance Commander.
Enough standing around. Let's get this underway.
They're looking to you to guide them to greatness as only you can. Take them there.
You began with nothing. Now you stand inside the base you have built. The Alliance grows stronger every day. You have done well. But make no mistake, your work has just begun. It's time to redouble your efforts, to sacrifice, and do as your superiors tell you without question. When you grow tired, when you wish it would all end, I want you to think about the madman out there. Arcann remains a threat to everything you have ever held dear. Arcann is your enemy. Destroy him, or be destroyed.
They have come so far.
Indeed, they have.
They still have far to go. But at this rate, they could one day pose a challenge to the Eternal Empire.
Perhaps. A pity so many of them will have to die. You return empty-handed. Again.
I missed you.
The Gravestone, the Outlander, where are they?
Patrols in 5 sectors report no sign of either. Perhaps they're just figments of our imagination.
Someone knows the truth.
I know that look. You're about to order something wonderful.
Choose one populated planet in each of the 5 sectors. Dispatch the fleet to bombard them.
For how long?
Until they're dust. Someone knows. Someone will talk. But only if we give them a reason.
You summoned us, Theron. You said you had leads on allies. Leads, yes. Commitments, no. Lana's still working on the major players. Meanwhile, there's a potential ally on Zakuul we've been ignoring. Firebrand.
Your information is faulty. Firebrand's not on our side.
Firebrand?
An unidentified individual who arrived on Zakuul 2 years ago. She's carried out bombings in the Spire targeting military and civilian venues.
That makes her a terrorist, not an ally.
It makes her both. Look, I'm not thrilled with the idea, but we're in no position to get choosy. She's done as much damage as we have.
Fear is powerful, and this is war. No options are off limits. Continue.
Based on her rambling audio manifestos, she's an anarchist looking to bring down Emperor Arcann's perfect society.
There are elements of the Spire's population who create artwork in her honor. They even trade holograms of her handiwork.
If she's survived fighting Zakuul so long and she's connected with the populace, she's worth investigating.
All right, we make contact. Scorpio, you're the expert on the Zakuul underworld.
The Lady of Sorrows could offer high-yield explosives to draw her out.
Proceed. I'll head for Zakuul shortly.
And back up if you need it.
Just be careful. Arkann's still hunting for you, and Firebrand may not be the ally we're hoping.
The meeting is arranged. Firebrand expects to purchase explosives from my representatives. Transmitting location.
About 5 levels down, there's this one Sky Trooper. Totally wrong program. Likes to give back rubs. Best thing Zakuul ever did.
Well, I know where I'm going next.
You shut up. You? Why do I think you don't have my explosives?
So you're Firebrand. Zakuul's anarchist wanted for terrorism. I expected more.
If I shoot you, you won't have to worry about it.
If you fire, you'll be dead in seconds.
Ah, tell you what. No weapons. You and me, hands and teeth.
Let's just tone this down before someone starts selling tickets. You are Firebrand, right?
Just Kaleo is fine. Firebrand's what the locals call me to brighten their sad little lives. And I guess you're the big mean Outlander. I heard what you did at the droid factory. Place almost melted down. Would have been more impressive if it had, but the blackout was kind of fun. What brings you here?
I want to know how you've operated without being caught. I want to know what you know about the Spire. Then we can discuss further arrangements.
Oh, threatening and mysterious. Look, I'm in the middle of something big. You kind of stole my thunder with the factory, and you lied about bringing explosives, so that's 2 points against you.
We also just saved you from Sky Troopers.
Yeah, true. And there are more coming, so I could use backup. You want to tag along, we can talk and work.
I'm going to need details, but not here.
Like I said, you stole my thunder. Now I'm stealing it back.
I'll leave you to it. There's a contact I need to meet.
First stop is the Old World power junctions. You know how to cold rig a detonator? Keep an eye out for Sky Troopers. I've got to wire a jury-rigged ion grenade into the power junction. I mess up, we all fry. That blackout you caused shows the whole system is vulnerable. You know about the Overwatch?
Some sort of command center.
Smart boy. Overwatch is where they run half the droids in the Spire. Sky Troopers, building crews, med units, you name it. We blow a couple of junctions at once, Overwatch security goes down. Force fields, scanners, no power. We walk right in.
This whole city runs on machines. If we interfere with the Overwatch controls, the Spire will practically shut down.
Yeah, these people. The droids do everything for them. Most of the locals sit around drooling while their tech feeds and protects them. We're gonna show them real life for a day or two. No droids. Just until it's fixed.
You're playing into Arkan's hands. An attack like that will only unite Zakuul further.
Look, you came to me. You don't like my methods? I don't really care. But I'll throw in a bonus. Tavor Slen, the Overwatch administrator? The data he needs to run those droids is pretty much a blueprint for the city. You ever plan an attack here, you'll need that data. Defenses, vulnerabilities, everything. So we get inside, we both get something good.
Just so we're clear, I think you're lying about something, even if I'm not sure what.
Feelings mutual. Come on. We better get to the next junction before the Sky Troopers show. Okay, we're set. But I've got to stick around a minute. Supposed to meet a contact.
What kind of contact?
A local. Won't take long. But get too close and you'll scare her off.
Firebrand? Everything's ready. I've got the Overwatch data and the rest. The rest is done too.
Good girl. Who says you can't get your hands dirty?
Listen, the others, they're out. They won't say anything, but they're getting their scars fixed. It's not fun anymore.
Yeah, well, they're morons. We've got each other.
I need to go.
Don't forget, you cause me problems. Those scars can get deeper. Idiots and cowards. Every one of them. I've met Alderaanian nobles less pampered. More backbone, too.
The people of Zakul have been sheltered from just about everything. Even their soldiers are naive.
Haven't met many of the soldiers, but I believe it. I've picked up a few fans over the years. That girl, daughter of the Overwatch administrator.
Why is she helping you?
Same reason they all did. They're sheltered kids and rebellion is taboo. They don't really want Zakul overthrown, but almost getting blown up? Getting a few scars before the droids make them pretty again? Oh, that's a mark of pride.
You're no more likely to bring down Zakul than they are, and your defiance is just as petty.
Don't judge me. I've got reasons for what I do. One more power conduit, then the show starts.
Tell me, Acolyte, what does the return of our great Zildrog mean to you?
It means death to disbelievers. It means the end of our corrupt society. It means great happiness for all.
You understand much, but do you know what will become of you, your family?
We give ourselves to Zildrog's glory, so that the wicked may be punished. We die so that Zakul may live on.
Good. You are on your way. In Zildrog's name.
In Zildrog's name.
Let's make a trade. I checked up on you after you blew up the factory. You used to be someone before you disappeared. You're too smart not to have an angle. You tell me what you're really after, I'll tell you why I'm on Zakul.
I have a very long list of enemies. Some of them stole my life. Others are in my way. Whatever else happens, I'm making sure they fall.
Glad to hear something pretty come from those lips. Want to know why I'm here? Before Zakul showed up, I had a freelance thing going. Had a partner, money, connections. We shot people. The war messed it up.
Who are you working for?
Gangs, others. We're not talking about that. Anyway, I landed on my feet, did odd jobs, owned a club, the usual. But I pay my debts. Long time ago, I had an anarchist cell in Rental. I came to Zakul to start the work again.
It's not about anarchy for you. You want to hurt the people here for ruining your good thing.
Little of both. Problem is, these people. Nothing hurts them. Blow up a building, droids rebuild. Cut up a scumwad, droids heal them. They don't know consequences. Even you killing their emperor just made them sniffle. They'd barely got laws. But it's not anarchy if nothing matters. It's just a sugar rush.
Skytroopers nearby. I feel it.
Gotta move. We're rigged for the Overwatch, but we have to stop at my apartment first. Might be more droids there. You seem up for the challenge. This is it. My fans bought the furniture. Let me show you something.
You can see the Van Kesar Bridge burning from here. No one's saying what happened, but I haven't seen anything like it.
My father will kill me if he knows I'm recording this. Firebrand struck again. The spaceport this time. I was so afraid. But I've never felt a rush like that before. Oh, thank Valkorion, the droids got me to safety.
Gray Market Hollows. They used to trade them like it was a game. Now, watch this.
The Outlander's back. We were lucky he only caused a blackout, but what about next time? Zakul should be safe. It's always been safe. What happens now?
Tone's a little different on that one, huh? Suddenly blowing up a building matters.
They're awed by Firebrand, but they fear the Outlander.
I got lazy. Figured there was no way through to these people. Set my sights low with bridges and spaceports. But if you scared them, I can too. Guess I owe you for the wake-up call.
Is that why you brought me to your apartment? Searching for a way to repay me?
Oh, I can figure something out. Just not this second. We've got an hour until the power cycles. That's when we detonate the junctions and hit the Overwatch. Let's kill some time and talk plans. Everything goes down in the droid control center. You grab your data, I blow the machinery. And hopefully shoot the administrator.
You're sure the data's complete? The full city schematic?
Every droid in this city runs on those specs. You ever go to war with the Spire, that's your winning card. It's time. Step 1. Blow the junctions. That feels good. Come on. Expect droids, maybe a few nights. A grand old time.
Life is as empty without terror as without love. I would permit this creature's existence from my throne. She cannot truly threaten perfection, but only enhance it. But though chaos can be beautiful, it cannot last.
The data's coming through. Complete schematics for every building in the Spire.
I've got enough bombs here to slag the droid controls. Fancy automated city won't be automated anymore.
Damage can be repaired. I'm disappointed, Kaliyo.
Tavor, I was worried you ran away.
You should have turned yourself into the Sky Troopers. I can't protect you from this. Not your scheme, nor allying with the Outlander.
Actually, the Outlander came to ally with me. Meet Overwatch Administrator, Tavor Slen.
I gave you friendship, a home, a purpose. You mock me.
Your wounded ego is not what should concern you. Not while I'm standing here.
You can't trust her, Outlander.
Tavor convinced me to sell out. Like I said before, when I saw I couldn't hurt the people here, I got lazy. He offered me a pretty cage. Nice house, free pass from the Sky Troopers. I could bomb little targets and he'd make sure no one got killed.
You sponsored her.
It was an outlet for our people's darker urges. A drop of poison to vaccinate against the disease of unrest.
You were also really into me. Then I remembered comfort isn't everything.
She is betrayal personified. Even you, Outlander, deserve better. My skills as a fighter are the model for our Sky Troopers. I will execute you both and make amends for my errors.
You poor, stupid, stupid, stupid man. You know your daughter helped me set up Phase 2.
What?
We're not just taking out droids for a day. I've got explosives planted around the city. Roads, factories, security stations, news centers. This time when everything burns, no fire suppressor units, no medical droids, no skytroopers stopping riots.
You never mentioned that.
Surprise! You get it now, Tavor? You tried to use me. You all humiliated me. Now your happy city is going to hurt.
They'll have no idea how to respond without their droids. Even once the machines are back online, they'll be repairing infrastructure for months.
Probably, if you're talking tactics. Never hurts to make your enemies scared, either. Tell you what, you want to do the honors? You blow the controls, I'll take the city? It's not the same as shooting Arkin, but I know what these people took from you. They stole your life. It'd feel good to hit back.
You have the gun. I don't need to pull the trigger.
Suit yourself. Time to go before an army of knights shows up.
Theron, you made it back.
Yeah, we almost got caught in one of the blasts. It was bad down there.
That'll happen when you blow up my city. There are parks and roads burning.
Koth, not like this.
You know how many people you killed? You want to tell me why I shouldn't walk out right now?
Arcan's going to pour immense resources into repairing and securing the Spire. Those are resources that aren't being used against us.
Maybe, but some victories aren't worth the price.
The man has a point. So, Kaliyo, she knows her stuff. We keeping her?
She's smart, she's dangerous, and she knows enemy territory. I think we can work with her.
All right, we'll call this recruiting op a success.
You were the Lady of Sorrows?
Yes.
Guess you knew if I found out, I'd melt you down.
You two know each other?
Yeah, we're old buddies. Ask who built her sometime.
You will receive no satisfactory answer.
Not a bad little operation you got here. Can't promise to stick around all the time, but when you're making a big move, say the word.
If you're going to use our resources, you play by our rules. Don't make me regret bringing you in.
Tell you what, if I stab someone in the back, you'll go first. For now, I want Arkin gone same as you. Anyway, I might head off-world a while, look up old pals.
Anyone I should know?
Mostly thugs who want me dead. Huts, Black Sun, Exchange. Someone must still like me.
Do what you need to do. Just don't bring any troubles back here.
I'll see you around then. And hey, good luck. We both lost a lot of years to Sakul. Time to start making up for it.
Millions dead. Their blood is on our hands.
We didn't destroy those worlds. Your children did.
The atrocities on those planets were committed to hurt the Alliance, but we're not responsible for them.
What are you talking about? What's happened now?
Warships from the Eternal Fleet bombarded 5 planets in a coordinated assault. The death toll is unimaginable. Whole cities leveled.
Arkan issued a statement saying those worlds were protecting us, and their destruction was justice for our attacks on Zakul. A lie, of course, but no one can prove it.
Arkan's desperate. He can't find us, so he's taken the galaxy hostage.
We need to send our own message. Expose Arkan's lies. Show people the truth.
Propaganda wars are a quagmire. The louder we shout, the more people Arkan kills. The public will turn against us.
Koth flipped his Hydra-spanner! He tried to take the gravestone!
What do you mean, take it?
Said he was quitting the Alliance. I fought him off, but he took a shuttle instead. Len and Rollo left with him.
Opening a hollow channel to the shuttle. Koth, come in. What's going on?
Never been one for goodbyes. This was a long time coming. Too many innocent people are dying, and not just because of Arkan. What happened with Firebrand was the end for me. I can't ignore who you are, Commander, and I won't follow you anymore.
You're betraying the Alliance. There's only one punishment for that.
I look forward to the day you and Arkan kill each other.
Koth, stop. If you do this, there's no going back.
I'll miss you, Lana.
The shuttle jumped to hyperspace. We lost him.
We cannot be distracted by a temper tantrum. 5 planets lie in ruin. The dead must be avenged.
Senya's right. Koth made his choice.
We must respond to my son's attacks.
No. That's precisely what he wants.
Is it?
We already have more objectives than resources, but we can make a course adjustment.
People now know Arkan for what he is. Let's use that. The angrier people get, the more it will destabilize the enemy.
Fanning the flames could prove dangerous, but it might reveal new friends.
Well, the real trick is keeping those new friends alive long enough to recruit them.
We're only delaying the inevitable. Sooner or later, my children must answer for what they've done.
Where were you?
Bombing 5 worlds to dust. I made hollows of it. Do you want a copy?
Father was on Zakul. He used the Outlander to attack our home.
I don't remember him being so funny when he was alive.
Am I laughing?
You've never laughed.
Our knights failed us. They must regain their honor. Send them to the dueling circle in pairs. They'll battle to the death.
Finding the Outlander will be harder, with half our knights dead.
The survivors will be motivated. You know my command. Go.
It's weird, right? The captain not being here.
Koth's dead to me. Anyone who feels differently can join him.
Oh, drop the look. I'm the one who stood between him and the gravestone, remember? This might surprise you, but I'm not big on heart-to-hearts, so let's get this over with. You don't have to worry about me and the others. We're with you. As captains go, Koth wasn't a complete Hutt stain, but you provide a steady paycheck and nice toys. And, well, the Alliance is changing things in a big way. We're proud to be a part of it.
I'll be honest, I thought you would have stayed with Koth.
Blind loyalty is stupid, and I'm a genius. The gravestone can't fly itself. You need a crew. We're here and ready. In the meantime, old man Sean's waiting for you. Good talk.
Something on your mind?
I need your help with something.
You just wanted to get me alone.
Guilty, but business before pleasure. I passed a portion of that data you secured from Overwatch through an SIS contact of mine. Made a convincing invitation to some prospective allies in the Republic Special Forces.
You aren't very trusting of your former masters, are you?
Well, a whisper in the right ear often gets you further than shouting at all the wrong ones. The data I gave over was enough to convince Havoc Squad to take leave of their official duties. I have it on good authority they're conducting an unscheduled operation on Zakul. My contacts set up a rendezvous, but it's up to you to sell them on this alliance.
Wouldn't they be more receptive to one of their own?
Havoc starting their own little war out here is basically treason. I'm a spy. If anything, they'll be even less likely to trust me than you.
I've got an anti-material rifle trained on your position and an unrestricted firing angle for at least 100 meters.
That's either really good or really bad, depending on your reasons for being here.
We were told to meet you here. Are we not expected?
You are. Stand down, Havoc. It wasn't all that long ago that I'd have given up my pension to take that shot, but I guess it's not just the spies making compromises these days.
Don't look at me. I was never here.
Major Jorgen, Havoc Squad. You are the Emperor's choice murderer.
I am no one's wrath but my own.
And I have no need of it now.
I'm tired of seeing Arkan stomp all over the galaxy. You want to finally start giving as good as you're getting? I've got enough that can use your help.
What do you need?
Your landing didn't go unnoticed. Hostiles!
Clear! Clear!
That won't be the last of them. Dengril, Zaven split north. Avath, Torg south. Canner take Theron, fastest route back to the camp. We'll regroup there. You, with me, we're covering the retreat.
For a moment, I thought you'd suggest we flee.
The Sky Troopers have numbers and mobility. Losing them's gonna take misdirection. I need a good vantage. Here. No sign of pursuit. Watch my six while I cover the retreat. This new Emperor, you've met him?
I have.
What's your assessment?
He's overconfident, but almost as invincible as he believes he is.
Are the young not always so deluded? His grapple with mortality is yet to come.
Nothing but dust what's left in this galaxy. The Republic I signed up to protect doesn't exist anymore. We gave the reins over to people who don't care how we win. Just as long as we do, Suresh is all but a dictator now.
And that was enough for you to walk away from everything you swore to protect.
I'll fight for the Republic until the day I die. I won't fight for a political agenda. Suresh and her puppet chancellor have everyone convinced the state of emergency requires executive action. She and her top brass just push through whatever suits their interests. Never thought I'd miss bureaucrats butting into military matters. But where we gained in efficiency, we lost in soul.
Those are problems you can worry about after we've dealt with Arkan.
True enough. Hold on. Got something. Civvies. And Sky Troopers. They're in trouble.
What do you want to do?
You have to ask. You're done.
You saved us.
Everyone all right? Anyone injured?
No, I don't think so. Thank you.
The Sky Troopers, they just came from nowhere. We done nothing. We're no threat to the Spire, but the droids drove us from our homes and started burning everything.
Please, stop them like you did for us. There are others out there. Our families and friends, our homes. There'll be nothing left.
You're pushing our luck, Jorgen. This isn't why we're here.
I don't know your reason for coming here, but this is mine. I'm gonna help. You can either pitch in or try to find your way back to camp without me.
Fine.
We'll rescue everyone we can. Meet us afterwards and we'll see about getting you out of here. You can't stay here. The Sky Troopers are burning everything. Run! Your people are waiting. Open up, you've got to move. There are others waiting to take you to safety. It's clear if you run. Now! Help is waiting.
Go! Just get out of here!
This is your fault! You did this to us!
Don't raise your hand to me again.
Don't make it worse. Sky Troopers are probably searching for us.
They wanted for nothing before my reign ended. Look on them now.
I believe you wanted to help, but we were doomed the moment you came here. The Emperor will want to make an example of your resistance. He'll likely claim we conspired with you as an excuse to crack down harder.
Why are you being targeted by Arkan?
Because we doubt. Tell them the reason.
I asked for proof of how our immortal Emperor could ever die.
I searched the old ways for guidance.
I wondered why we continue to seek revenge on so many Outlanders for the actions of one. I sought justice for those condemned to exile. We all had questions, and the new Emperor does not suffer them. You may have given him an excuse to silence us for good.
We have a camp. I can offer you protection.
They'll only draw attention to us. You're risking the mission and our lives.
My mission, my squad, my decision.
Okay. We'll trust you.
Kenner, we're on our way back. We've got civvies in tow. A lot of them. Be on the lookout. Hope you're up for some trailblazing. We'll need a clearer path for a group this large. Let's go!
Welcome back, sir. The refugees have been trickling in. We're setting them up where we can, but I'm concerned about supplies. This is a lot of mouths to feed.
Shelter and protection will have to do for now. We'll resume the mission tomorrow, after the refugees have settled in. Get some shut-eye.
Understood, sir. You heard him. Get this camp in order and tuck in.
This alliance may be your show to run, but those soldiers, they're my responsibility. We clear?
I'm growing tired of this insolence.
Get used to it, Sith. I doubt we'll be seeing eye to eye. I'll see you in the morning. 0700. You saved a lot of lives today.
Will he be joining us?
In an advisory capacity. Pashner knows more about Zakuul than all of us put together.
What you did yesterday, I wouldn't have thought it possible. I want to help you do more.
A source of mine in the SIS entrusted Havoc with an interesting piece of intelligence not too long ago. I'm guessing we have Theron to thank for that, but it's the reason we're all here.
No comment.
The data identified a planetary transmitter within a Zakuul night outpost. Our mission is to plant a wiretap on that equipment.
And then their secrets will be laid bare.
We get a direct line on their communications. Havoc can start hitting high-value targets all across the Spire.
And evade retaliation.
We'd be ghosts. Deadly. Heavily armed. Ghosts.
This sounds like something Havoc Squad could have accomplished already.
Deploying the wiretap without it being discovered will either take a month of prep or a really big distraction. If you're willing to commit the resources, we can move on this immediately.
Everything shaping up like you planned, Theron?
Well...
Straight answer.
The transmitter is a target we can hit, and Havoc are the right ones to hit it. The sooner the better.
Then it's decided. Send word to Odessen. We're going on the offensive.
You're really going to attack Arcann's forces?
Just enough to get their attention. We don't have the forces for a real invasion yet.
Your people can handle the diversion. I want you along for the strike on the transmitter. We're gonna need every heavy hitter we can get, and you more than qualify. Let's move out. A few sentries on the exterior. Nothing out of the ordinary. Give the order when ready.
Begin the attack.
Copy. Let's go.
I think that's the best we're gonna get. Havoc, keep us covered and watch for reinforcements. We're going in.
Copy, Major.
We need support!
Break off the attack. Divert all forces to assist the mission team.
Gotcha. Falling back, but we're heavily engaged. You're gonna have to hold out.
We're on our own for now.
Damn!
Blast! The good news? It works.
And the bad?
Well, they know we're here. Reinforcements are already inbound. We've got incoming. Brace for a fight, Havoc.
How's it looking in there, sir? It's not pretty out here.
Form up on the main entrance. We're coming out.
They just keep coming!
Firing!
You aren't kidding, sir. We've got contact from all directions.
We're seeing a lot of action in the south corner. It's like it's raining sky troopers.
We're boxed in. Can anyone support us? Yeah, I got something for you. Oh, you too, huh? Yeah!
Nice.
lead them to me. Do not engage.
My team is taking some bad hits. We can't hold out for long.
We're suffering too many casualties. We need to pull out soon.
Any last words?
Can that garbage. Had to be droids. About damn time.
I thought we might not make it. I'm glad to be wrong.
That makes all of us.
When we heard your call, we knew what had to be done. We've spent our entire lives being protected. By our droids, by you. We want to stand for ourselves.
Won't get any argument from me. Let's get back to camp, huh?
We took a beating, but the mission was a success. And we discovered an unexpected ally. I'd call that progress.
The Force was with us today.
Tell the Force to bring reinforcements. It's a bigger victory for Passion and his people than us. Finding the will to fight back, proving they could win, or conceding his own defeat in these swamps.
How do you mean?
Every defiant soul Arkan drives out here, we can turn into a weapon against him. I want to embed Havoc with the rebels. Train them to be a proper fighting force. Build an army right under his nose.
Whip them into shape. I'll work on getting them equipment.
If we teach them right, you won't have to. Interesting group you've got here. Takes all kinds, I guess.
We share a common enemy and desire. That's enough.
Desperation makes for strange bedfellows.
Fun as this is, I need to get back to Havoc. I've requisitioned passable training gear to issue to the rebels. At least until they can keep from shooting their own toes off.
They're going to do this whether we help or not. Teaching them how to is what's best for them and us.
A more rigorous analysis would suggest the cost-benefit is more strictly in their favor.
If we succeed at fostering a rebellion on Zakuul, it may hamper Arkan long enough for the rest of the galaxy to strike back.
It is not my understanding of the situation that needs to be corrected.
Pushy droid you've got.
You don't want to call her that.
What? Pushy?
Droid. The extent of my being is beyond your comprehension.
Yeah, clearly. If you need me, you know where to look.
I require your attention. Do not tarry.
Good. You're here.
Astute observation, Agent Sean. It is a wonder the SIS could get by without your deductive reasoning.
You're a droid that's gotten too big for her own bolts. How's that for an astute observation?
5 minutes. Can we please go 5 minutes without you two at each other's throats?
Scorpio, don't be rude. And Theron, you know better than to give in to her taunts.
Sorry. Stress got the better of me. Scorpio, show the commander what you found. Please.
My analysis of enemy communications obtained by Havoc Squad revealed something interesting. Hidden inside a mundane signal, I discovered an encrypted transmission was codenamed The Gemini frequency. They are broadcast from the throne to every vessel in the Eternal Fleet. The Spire schematics provided by Kaleo confirm this.
It's how Arkan commands his warships. This is the break we've been waiting for, a direct line to the enemy fleet.
Start a plan of attack. It's Arkan's turn to be on the defensive.
Scorpio cross-referenced all the data Havoc Squad and Kaleo stole from Zakul. When we compared the enemy's comm logs to the Spire maps, we found something unexpected. There's a hyperwave relay station hidden 10,000 meters beneath the Spire. It's the only source of Gemini frequency transmissions to and from the Eternal Throne.
That's how Arkan commands the fleet, and we know where it is.
That relay station is our key to the Gemini frequency. If we can decrypt it, we'll eavesdrop on the enemy and learn his plans.
If we take it out, Arkan won't only be blind, he'll be toothless. The fleet will sit there waiting for commands that never arrive.
First order of guerrilla warfare. Disrupt enemy communications. This is a demolition op all the way.
You'll never get near that relay station. It's 10 kilometers underground and defended by more safeguards than we can count.
That's a good thing our data reveals every security measure in the way, and how to defeat them.
A strike team can disable the defenses right under Arkan's nose, but only if we send it in now. Our intel's turning stale as we speak.
Kaleo and Major Jorgen are already on Zakul. They're in position to clear the commander a path directly to the relay station.
We are not sending that terrorist. She's done enough to my world.
Havoc Squad was made for this op. We have enough detonite to turn that relay station into a crater. Cut the head off the Serpent. Throw the fleet into chaos.
You're trusting the fate of the galaxy to a gang of grenade-happy bucketheads? We're only getting one shot at this. Lucky for you, one shot is all I need. Destroying that relay station is a bonehead play. Send me, and you'll control the Gemini frequency.
The idea has potential, and she's an experienced infiltrator who survived on Zakul for years.
She bombed my people. Never again.
This alliance will never win if we can't function as a team. I need all of you to pull together and do what's necessary.
It's not that simple. We need to draw Arkan's attention away from our true goal. That means creating a diversion.
They're both accomplished at drawing attention. The real question is, who do you want with you at the relay station?
Destroying the relay station is a last resort, but if things go wrong, I need someone who can get creative. That's Kaleo.
She's like a rancor in a glass factory. This is a mistake.
Those are my orders. They're not open to debate. Your job is to keep Arkan away from us.
I'm already moving. Be seeing you.
You can't please everyone. But it may be prudent to consult Valkorion. He built the Spire. He may tell you how to invade it.
Valkorion, we need to talk.
You once claimed the mantle of my wrath. Now look at you, begging for my scraps. Time and again, you reject my aid. Why would I trust you with secrets you have not earned?
I refused your power because I know it isn't worth the price. You're proving me right.
I am not your servant, and you have trifled with my patience for the last time.
and it's me. Something's wrong. I need backup.
Your friends cannot hear you.
What is this? Another illusion?
The time for fantasy is over. What happens now is quite real. You have forgotten what it means to face death alone. I will remind you. A path has been laid before you, but you refuse to tread upon it. That will change. Can you sense the predators closing in? They smell your weakness. They would feast on it. You have a destiny to fulfill. I am tired of being disappointed by your lack of progress. The galaxy is finally united under a single banner. It should have been yours. My son blindsided me because I allowed it, but you were weak. Despite your precious warship, a legion of allies, and my immense power at your disposal, you remain incomplete. My son struck a killing blow against you. Had I not interfered, you would be dead. Perhaps I should have let you go then. You have mastered the dark side of the Force. It is not enough. It never was. Until you embrace your full potential, you will only be a pawn of fate, never its master.
Destiny isn't a personal choice. That's the whole point.
You grasp at understanding like a blind infant. The future is not a river to carry us. It is the ocean in which we drown if we are not prepared. You have two destinies, Outlander. In one, you defeat Archon, claim the Eternal Throne, and remake the galaxy. In the other, you die alone, unmourned and forgotten. I brought you here to taste that defeat. Pitiful. Why did I ever believe you could change anything?
You want me dead? If that's what it takes to get rid of you, do it.
I will not gift you that release. Not yet. This was a fraction of the pain my children can inflict. If you do not finish your training, become something greater, you will feel the full weight of their rage.
There's nothing you or your children can do to me that I won't survive.
Your goal is not to survive. It is to rule. There is nothing else. I cannot stay to protect you any longer. There are matters to which I must attend. But I will leave you with a final token of my favor. Fulfill your destiny, and I promise to return.
When you come back, I'll be ready to finish this fight. You won't survive.
I have never been your enemy. Remember that, and be victorious.
Cheer up, big brother. You're making me sad.
Father won't face me himself.
He's punishing you for stealing his chair.
He isn't angry. Father never feels anything. Not even when Vexen died.
He was a good brother. Brought me gifts from all the worlds he conquered.
I freed you from Father's control. I hope that earned your support.
My loyalties lie here, Arkan. Always.
Now what?
You're unworthy of the dragon's fire!
For millennia, Jedi and Sith archived their knowledge in holocrons. These legacies preserve the wisdom of great minds. The focus was often on exploring mysteries of the Force, not the practical matters of government. After all, Jedi do not seek to lead, and it is in the nature of Sith to force their wills upon others. But a few sought to understand what it truly means to lead a civilization. These are their teachings. I've waited for you a long time. Welcome to my home, Outlander.
Jedi Master Satele Shan. When Valkorion told me to finish my training, he meant with you.
You're asking the wrong person. Yes, I'm going to offer a meal. Stop rushing me. You survived an ordeal. Come, sit. There's food.
Don't take this personally, but you've gotten strange.
I think we both have. Many things changed while you slept in Carbonite. I led the fight to save the Republic from Zakuul. Nothing prepared me to face that enemy. I failed. Again and again.
This camp isn't new. You've been on Odessen for a while.
When the Republic surrendered to Arkan, I gave myself to the will of the Force. I left the core worlds and found this planet. We've been here for years, waiting.
We? Is there someone else here?
In the Force, we are never alone. We sensed your awakening on Zakuul. Felt the presence of our old enemy guiding you. We witnessed the victories and defeats leading you here. When we found you in that clearing, we faced a choice. Bring you here, or end you there.
I don't think your son would appreciate it if you killed me.
We didn't save you to spare Theron's feelings. We felt something we'd lost for a long time. Hope. Valkorion strengthened your bond to the Force. You may be the greatest of us all, but your old training couldn't prepare you for what's to come. You have much to learn. Follow us. Seek the answers throughout the valley. You will know when you find them. There is no greater challenge than to change from within. But that is what we all must do to survive. The most powerful among us couldn't stand against the endless legions of Zakuul. Even the Sith Empire learned that lesson too late. On countless worlds, I watched Jedi sacrifice themselves to delay inevitable defeat. We will not let you meet their fate. I went to Zakul in secret to see the Eternal Throne myself. I still bear the scars of that journey. On Odessen, light and dark exist in perfect balance, forming a nexus in the Force. There is another world like it, Zakul. Arkan and his knights learned to use the Force in a different way from Jedi and Sith. It's why we couldn't truly defeat them.
I faced plenty of warriors from Zakul. They fell, the same as everyone else.
Don't confuse them with Arkan. And his sister is another problem entirely. Jedi approach the Force as a companion, and Sith try to enslave it. But Arkan's knights believe the Force is their reward for serving an ideal. They swear their lives to the Eternal Emperor. The more they honor his commandments, the greater their power. The knights obey their master without question, sacrificing everything for his triumph. Devotion makes them strong. You must become stronger.
The Knights of Zakul are slaves to the Eternal Emperor. I will never be like them.
Those who do not bend, break.
Darth Maul.
Elkorian destroyed my flesh, but not my reason for being.
I knew something was wrong. You turned her to the dark side. She's your apprentice.
Apprentice. Master. Those labels have no meaning here. After my defeat, I sought an ally to make things right again. But only one in all the galaxy was my equal. We met on this world. We argued, explored, and found an understanding. We now pass that knowledge to you.
I can't decide what's worse, that you went soft, or Satele fell to the dark side.
If our roles were reversed, I'd feel the same doubt. No one is more surprised than I am to be here in this moment. But I trust the will of the Force.
We do not offer empty platitudes. We do not promise easy victory.
All we ask is that you listen with an open mind and learn from our failures.
To forge the future, you must first break with the past. Victory over Arkan requires new perspectives and new weapons.
Follow the will of the Force into the wilderness beyond this camp. Find what we left for you and meet us in the cave. It will not be enough to defeat Arkan. His eternal throne and the fleeted commands are the greatest threats our galaxy has ever faced.
Arkan won't be conquered through passion or righteousness. He has emptied himself of weaknesses, like sentiment and morality. Your enemy stole his empire through deceit and murder. He's accustomed to the dark. You must strike where he's blind, from within. The Sith Code teaches us to break our chains. But freedom is not your ultimate goal. You must anchor yourself to power. When Arkan lies defeated, your destiny is to take the Eternal Throne. Any other path will lead only into chaos.
The Force is in motion, and we must follow. The old ways aren't enough. We'll show you the new way.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Tell me, do you believe in the future?
I knew this had to be a trap. How long have that Jedi and Sith been helping you?
Surrounded by assassins. Poor, pitiful you. My brother will have your head.
I fought Arkan's sister. Valen was right here.
No, that was merely a warning, a vision. A bond to the Force as intense as yours brings with it powerful insight.
Heed what you saw. Behind Arkan stands Valen, and behind her, many others. They will all try to stop you. The weapon you wield was built for a different war, a different enemy. It no longer serves you. It must change, as you have.
You want me to build a new lightsaber?
You will create a pure extension of the Force's will. One you alone control. With it, you can unite 1,000 stars.
We offer to add our strength to yours, but you must be the guiding hand. Focus the power and decide what form it takes.
I'm ready when you are. There's no loss I can't survive. It's done.
That blade is part of you now. The next time you face Arkan in battle, he will not be ready for you.
But violence can only destroy. It doesn't inspire others to greatness, and it can never rebuild. Only a leader can do that.
I once thought it enough to be the unstoppable force between my people and the enemy. I faced Valkorion and refused to bend. That choice broke me and doomed the worlds I sought to defend.
I sent Jedi to fight an enemy I didn't understand because I believed in the justness of my cause. Those deaths still haunt me. We know what it means to fail those who counted on us. We would spare you that pain.
I've been a leader before. I know what it takes to win a war.
As the Wrath, you were always forced to stand alone. You planned and executed without regard for others. Leading this alliance is unlike anything you have done before. Directing the war effort is a mere fraction of the burden you must bear.
You must not only know when to fight, but when to retreat, or even to make peace with your foe. There is an oasis not far from this cave. Your final lesson waits there.
Forget what your old masters taught you. Not even Valkorion understands. The Force is not an ally, slave, or transaction. The Force is a paradox. It empowers and imprisons. It destroys and unites. It binds the galaxy together and tears people apart. It has a will, but needs a commander. In life, I dismissed the Jedi Code. I was wrong. There is no death. There is only the Force. And it has a plan. The will of the Force is a flowing current. You can follow or fight it, but it is always there.
You killed her children. She will devour you as revenge.
What hope do you have to escape such raw fury?
I don't need to escape. I only need to fight.
You killed your enemy and claimed its home, for now. Some believe you are destined to walk this path. Others think you make the choices that decide their fates.
Your alliance will collapse if you do not know yourself and the ideal you serve. Do you understand?
If you thought you could sway me from the only true path to power, you're as misguided as you are broken. I am Sith.
Your way is clear, and so is ours. Do you feel it, Mar? The Force draws us elsewhere.
The exile on Odyssey is over.
A new path has opened, thanks to you. Our duty is to follow it.
Nothing's more important than staying to help me defeat Arcann.
Our time has passed. This is your war to fight. Trust in the path ahead. The Alliance awaits its commander. Farewell.
Sub-level 4 open. No guards. So close to a new kill record.
We should have cancelled her mission when the commander disappeared. She's unstable.
She's ahead of schedule, and the casualties are acceptable.
So glad to have your support.
The relay station is only 3 levels away. Be prepared to slice the Gemini frequency the moment you're inside.
It's not too late for Havoc Squad to finish this op right. Demolish the whole facility.
Over your dead body.
Or yours. Let's not be picky.
Enough. Kaleo may be a homicidal lunatic, but she's my homicidal lunatic.
Where the blazes have you been?
I'll give you a full report later. Tell me what I've missed.
Everything. We've had to improvise without you.
Blast it. Sky troopers. At least a dozen. Almost ran right into them.
Don't panic. Maybe they didn't see you.
If they did, things are about to get exciting.
Kaleo, come in. Come in. No signal.
We need a contingency plan. If they capture her, turn her against us?
I warned you this would happen. We're going in.
Stand down. We're not doing anything until we know more.
It's not your call. You abandoned your post. Now I have to clean up the mess.
Still no word from Major Jorgen or Kaleo?
Everything within a kilometer of the spire has been locked down. No signal gets in or out of that zone.
I warned you that Gemini frequency mission was dangerous. If they're alive, it won't be for much longer.
If they're dead, so be it. We still need to sabotage the Eternal Fleet, and the Gemini frequency is our best chance.
We can't get anywhere near the spire without fighting every defender on Zakuul. We don't have the forces for that. I'll alert you the moment I hear anything, but until then, we're just wasting time here.
We could all use a break to regroup. That includes you, Theron.
I'm too tired to argue. Oh, almost forgot. Hylo Viz asked to see you, Commander. Wouldn't say why, but it sounded important.
Hey, Commander, got a sec?
What's on your mind?
We're doing our best to keep the supply lines running, but most of the people I deal with aren't exactly philanthropists. We can't keep running this thing on goodwill and borrowed credits.
Who are we accepting money from?
Better if you don't know, but I'd really prefer not to be living off their kind of debt. But look, I didn't just come here with complaints. I know a guy with a habit of showing up when someone's in need. He's reached out with an offer we can't really refuse, much as I might want to. You should meet him.
Make the arrangements. I'll at least hear what he's offering.
Well, he's already here, and it's probably best not to leave him to his own devices. Come on.
Well, this has been an interesting diversion, but I think it's time to wrap things up. I call.
I know a Sith that's pleased with herself when I see one. I fold.
So soon? Must be quite a hand. Let's see it.
But how? You discarded every chance you got and never locked a card the whole round. The odds are astronomical. You cheated.
Yeah, even if I did. You sure the old boss of Sith intelligence wants to admit some shifty alien got the better of her?
Wasted no time turning the card table into a graveyard.
It's my preferred method of execution.
Commander, the most untrustworthy scoundrel I know. Untrustworthy scoundrel, the Commander.
She never was big on formalities. Galt Renault, at your service.
How is it you two know each other exactly?
Oh, we go way back.
I don't know. Seems like only yesterday that we first met.
Anyway, we really should get on to business. The Eternal Empire spent the last 5 years pillaging every world in the known galaxy. Now, how'd you like to turn all that plundering into a profit for you and yours?
I'm listening.
I happen to know where they're keeping all that ill-gotten gain. Better yet, I've got a surefire plan to steal it right out from under their noses. I just need the help of a few talented, tough customers to see it through.
What's this generous offer going to cost me?
Only your word for now, and an even split after the fact. 50-50 couldn't be more fair. Ever heard of the Gilded Star? I'll stop you there. You haven't. It's one of the Eternal Empire's most tightly guarded secrets. A floating treasury circling the depths of a massive gas giant. The ship and the buried treasure all wrapped up into one neat little package. Well, maybe not little. By my estimation, it's the greatest sum of wealth gathered in one place since the Hutt Empire was a thing. So, you in?
Attempt to cheat me, and you will regret it, briefly.
So the standard arrangement. When you're ready to get this show on the road, we'll be heading to Vanden to lay some groundwork. Looking forward to this, partner. There she is, Vanden. Mind the ledges when you're walking around unless you fancy a death by scenic view.
You haven't mentioned why we're here.
Giant barge, full of money. Is this ringing any bells? It's out there somewhere, swimming below sight and scan range. Something about the magnetism here plays havoc with sensors and cheap fillings. Bottom line is, we'll never find the Gilded Star out there, which is all the more reason to get our preparations underway. Such as picking up the last member of our illustrious crew.
How many people are we going to need?
Half a dozen, give or take. This is the last one unaccounted for. You should be in a warehouse not far from the dockyards. I'll point out the place when I see it. This is the place. Ah, that container over there. So, this plan I mentioned, it's going to take the best identity forger this side of the galaxy to pull off. Problem is, he's been in hiding, specifically in that, for a long time. He probably won't be too thrilled to have visitors, especially not visitors who had his safe house shipped a few thousand parsecs unannounced. Be on your toes.
What makes you think he'll cooperate?
Oh, he'll come around. Dretcher, is it? They always say retirement's a good time to travel. Why don't you come and check out the new scenery?
Tiresias, you've got a lot of nerve showing your ugly mug to me again.
Tiresias?
Just a name I carried around for a while, no use to anybody now. I think you've got me confused for someone else, friend. Name's Galt Renell. Got a business proposition I think you'll want to hear about.
You can't play dumb with me, Ty. I know that face better than you do.
Galt tells me you're the best identity forger in the business. We could use you.
I've had enough of helping that fraud fake his own death. This time, it's gonna stick. A little gift for your hospitality. You can mail order just about anything these days.
Still can't roll with the punches. You perfectionist types never learn. There's no such thing as a sure thing.
Why are we trying to recruit someone who wants to kill you?
He's the one with the crutch. After I made that body double, he went to swindle half of Nar Shaddaa in my name.
Because Dretcher is literally the only one I trust to pull this off.
It's taken everything I know to stay hidden in this little prison. Every time I start to think I can leave, someone snitches on my new identities.
That true?
So maybe I encourage Dretcher's early retirement. This little box is cozier than a coffin and a better place to reflect on how stupid trying to blackmail me was. But hey, ancient history, am I right? I'm more than willing to forget about our past disagreements if you do one more job for me.
I gotta ever help you again.
He's asking. I'm telling. You're going to help us with a heist, or I'm going to rip you out of there and beat you within an inch of your life.
There's 25 layers of durasteel and cortosis between you and me. We'll both be dead of old age before you make good on that.
It's true, we might never get into that safe room of yours, but I'm sure this sonic amplifier I brought will have an interesting effect on the contents. So unless you want to spend your final moments being shaken to death by the dulcet tones of the Kashyyyk Life Day Choir, I would reconsider.
Or maybe I just drop this box off the pier.
Fine. I'll do the stupid job.
Sit tight, Dretch, and get reacquainted with the concept of hygiene. We've got one more stop to make before we get to the fun part. Punctual, gentlemen. Glad you could make it all this way. No trouble acquiring my little request, I take?
It's here. You got our money?
Of course, friend, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask to see the goods first.
Satisfied?
What do we possibly need a missile for?
Just the important part, really.
You got our money?
About that. I was really thinking we should renegotiate the price. You know, seeing as I don't need the whole missile. Yeah, I thought you might feel that way.
Launch sequence initiated. Target acquired. Total atomic dispersal in T-minus 1 minute.
You son of a... Make it stop!
Nah.
I could have just killed them.
Lacks panache.
T-minus 55 seconds. Warhead primed. Suffering index set to maximum.
You're gonna pay for this!
Suckers.
Abort sequence aborted. No stopping me now!
Ah, what did she do to this thing? Come on, it's not responding!
If I die because you wanted to stiff your dealer, there won't be a Corellian hell far enough to hide you from me.
Less threatening, more helping.
Tampering detected. Emergency detonation in 5 seconds. Nice try, jerks.
Now, I cannot tell if she did a terrible job rewiring this or too good a one.
3. Oh, so close. 2. I can't wait. 1. Kaboom! You should have seen...
Vet?
I didn't... But I thought you were... Fancy seeing you here.
Oh, good, you know each other. Saves me the trouble. Did you get the warhead, or were you too busy practicing your lines?
Yes, I got it, Grumpy Pants. Though I guess those lizard brains will have figured out nothing's exploded by now. I'll see if I can't distract them.
Time to make ourselves scarce. We'll see you back at the hideout.
Toodles!
If you're still wondering why you're here, it isn't to check out the Tabana gas bars. There's a stealth cruiser loaded with more precious metals than a Hutt's taste in art hiding down in the lower atmosphere, and it's about to come up for air.
And while the Gilded Star is roosting at the Skyhook for its annual resupply, we're going to rob it blind.
How do you even know about that?
A little bird told us. I speak stool pigeon.
Even if you do know where it's going to be, it's got a full military complement on board, and a vault that could survive the ship being reduced to atoms.
Most people would consider it impregnable, but we aren't most people, are we, Senya?
You do seem to know a lot about our target.
Yes, well, I should. Overseeing the Gilded Star was among my duties when I still served Valkorion.
Then you are privy to its operational protocols.
I doubt they're still the same.
You don't have to run the thing. Just get Scorpio to the ship's control center.
There's no way we could infiltrate that far into the ship undetected.
Oh, maybe, maybe not. But I'm pretty sure High Justice Valen can go wherever she pleases.
Let's just hear the rest of the plan before we start poking holes in it.
You'll have better luck poking holes in the Gilded Star than the plan. We've got the best identity doctor this side of the galaxy, and as close to a genetic match as we're gonna get.
I could never match Valen's gene sequence like that. Although, maybe simulating data corruption in her ID.
And create enough doubt to bluff her way through. Dear old mom can manage that, right? Once Valen and her attaché droid are on board, they head to the bridge, seize control of the ship, and allow the rest of us to do our parts.
Like cracking the vault. It isn't controlled by the network, so I've got to get into the guts of the ship to reach the mechanism. I'll need your help.
Meanwhile, Lana and Theron will bridge airlocks with a tanker transport I've secured for the goods.
How are we going to carry an entire treasury's worth of loot out of the vault before anyone catches on?
Oh, we won't be carrying anything out of the vault. That's another story. Remember how Senya mentioned the vault could withstand everything outside being vaporized? The same applies to what we're setting off inside.
The warhead.
Exactly. I'll be pulling up the rear with a disintegration bomb. Once it's done its job, we pump the atmosphere into the waiting tanker and make our escape.
This is so crazy it just might work.
I prefer unconventional.
Once that sucker explodes, the crew's going to notice. Everybody's just going to have to hightail it to the transport before they catch on.
Now, since we've got less than a day before the Gilded Star rolls into port, I'd suggest everybody get real familiar with their part.
Sorry about the prank earlier. If I'd known you were here, or, you know, alive, I'd have held off. But I finally got him.
Same rampant troublemaker, I see.
Same grumpy, serious face, I see. Still hard to believe you're really here. It's been, what, 5 years since we went after your old boss? Did you get conked on the head real good? Amnesia, maybe?
Locked in a block of carbonite with nothing but my dreams to pass the time.
That's, pretty bad. But better than dead, right? Were the dreams good, at least? Lots of cowering masses and Imperials marching? That's my best guess.
I watched you all die and Drummond Cass burn as the Emperor's laughter echoed all around.
I know Sith probably measure on a different scale, but I'd call that more of a nightmare. It's just a nightmare, though. I'm still here. The rest too, far as I know. So don't sweat it. Not that there weren't rough patches. If you thought the Sith were treacherous before, you should have seen it after you and Mar disappeared. I didn't have much reason to stick around once you were gone. So I left them to their infighting before the Eternal Empire rolled in. I hope you don't mind.
You found safety. That's what's most important.
There were some bumps along the way, but throwing in with Captain Shifty was one of my better moves. Don't tell him I said so. I should start warming up for this gig. We'll catch up again soon.
I picked out a discreet vantage point near the skyhook. Better get in position. This is close enough. And there's the Gilded Star, just like I promised.
I was expecting shinier.
Gold-plated and stealth ship don't exactly line up. Now we just have to hope Mommy Dearest remembers her daughter's birthday.
I can kill you from here, Gold.
Great, really getting into the spirit of your character, at least from what I hear.
Shut up. We are approaching the checkpoint. No further communications are warranted until the bridge is under our control.
Roger. Break a leg, ladies. It's in their hands now. All we've got to do is wait.
You think Senya is really cut out for this sort of role?
Doesn't matter. She's the only one with a shot at it. But hey, if something has to go horribly wrong, now's the best time. For us, anyway.
Worst case scenario, what happens?
There's a dock full of transports and haulers right that way. Not a coincidence, I assure you.
I am now in complete control of the Gilded Stars network. I will isolate the vessel's sentinels to the best of this system's ability.
Showtime.
All personnel, prepare for testing of emergency lockdown systems and maintain your current stations. Your route to the vault is open. Though I can assure no reinforcements will arrive, you will have to dispatch enemy personnel along the way.
All better. Oh, here. Help me with this panel. Okay, I ought to be able to reach the vault mechanism along this route. Keep clearing a path for Galt, and I'll see you soon.
I really hope they check for Minox.
Are you sure those schematics were scaled in meters? I can hardly move.
My last partner didn't complain nearly this much.
Your last partner was crushed to death.
And never once complained about it.
That's heavy.
What's heavy? Are you in the vault?
Oh no, it's nothing. Nothing. Almost there.
Okay, Vet, I'm here.
Just give me a sec.
Time's a factor.
Hey, you want to cut through a foot of cortosis and steel while hanging upside down in a half-meter crawl space? There. Jerk. Try it.
The moment of truth.
I've been rich, filthy rich, but nothing like this. Counting the zeros on a balance sheet can't even compare. There's just something magical about the real thing.
I couldn't begin to put a number to all this.
At a certain point, you just stop counting. It won't look nearly as impressive in a second, but it'll spend all the same. Do the honors?
Let's see how much Arkan enjoys this.
Payload's delivered. It's time for the payload.
We're in position. Extending umbilical. Seal is tight. All green.
Airlock disengaged. Awaiting order for depressurization.
Door is open.
Commencing depressurization.
Tank is filling. So far, so good.
It will take approximately 10 minutes, 17 seconds to cipher the space of that volume.
Plenty of time to make our exit.
Great. Let's blow this joint.
I'm sure we've worn out our welcome.
It is unlikely the detonation went unnoticed. After we vacate the bridge, I will no longer be able to maintain a complete lockdown.
See? Perfectly justified acquisition. Come on. I want to try this thing out.
Just scramble the systems as best you can and leg it to the tanker. We'll see you there.
We're at capacity. Scorpio and Senya are on board. What's the situation?
We're keeping them busy on our end, but I don't think we're any closer to reaching you. Scorpio, do you still have any access to the blast doors?
Only through direct input.
Great. Just bug out before anyone notices you buzzing around. We'll take the skyhook back down and meet you at the hideout. Play it cool. My guardian angel will handle anybody taking an unhealthy interest. Oh, okay, that's bad. We've got to get around. This way.
Wide stance. Lean in.
Seeing stars?
Whoa! Amazing! Ching! Come on, rotworms! How you like the taste of your own medicine? Why have I never tried one of these before?
Blast, we're getting boxed in. Come on, I think there's one more route we can try. Oh, boy.
The lift's not coming, is it?
Oh, no, it's coming. It's just not empty.
Valen. I can sense her presence.
Time for Plan B.
What's Plan B?
Run and hope for a Plan C.
I'm tired of running from Valen.
Well, I've got a few laps left in me. Even if you win and don't turn the Skyhook into crumbled wreckage, we'll still be surrounded by thousands of her flunkies. We have to go around.
There is no around.
There is out there.
You want us to scale the exterior?
Pretty much. Look, there's no time to stand here arguing, so I recommend lodging your complaints at a steady jog.
It's not so bad. Just don't look down. Or consider your own mortality. Goodbye, Spewy. I'll never forget you.
Hey, so just thinking of you, wanted to say... Trouble? No, everything's going great. Just taking a little detour on the way home. The noise? Just a little windy is all. What plan am I on? Plan C. We're on Plan C, all right? Yeah, sounds lovely. Gotta go, see you soon.
Cool.
The good news is we can reach the Skyhook from here.
And the bad?
If you've got a fear of heights, there will be plenty of time to get over it on the way down. Okay, so remember Plan C?
You never actually got to Plan C, Gould.
Turns out Plan C is jump!
Mother was here, again. She had the audacity to wear my face.
And a punishment.
Escaped. She knows I won't be bested the next time we meet.
Oh, empty threats all you've brought for me.
I interrupted their little raid on the treasury. They couldn't have accomplished much in the time they were here. Mother!
Perfect timing.
I'm not the one who has a problem showing up when I'm supposed to.
Jeez, how long are you planning to hold that over me?
The rest of your life, naturally. Thanks for keeping my worse half out of too much trouble.
You don't consider that too much trouble?
We've had way closer calls.
Don't let her fool you. I am the cautious one in this arrangement. Anyway, I think we've all had our fill of Vanden, and it's gonna get a lot less hospitable shortly, so... shall we?
Let's get our haul back to Odessen.
There's nothing like coming home from a job well done, especially when you've ruined a huge jerk's day in the process.
Couldn't agree more. Come to think of it, our plan was lacking in one department.
An actual escape route?
It was the scenic route. Can't argue with the view. No, the one thing missing was a way to see the look on Arkan's face when he got the news.
I hope it has an effect on more than his ego.
I wouldn't expect an overnight collapse, but when His Highness's checks start bouncing, it'll shake things up. Count on that. Now, how about we get on with my favorite part and divvy up the loot?
Already taken care of. You, Vet, and Dretch are already paid out. I took the liberty of skimming what you owe me off yours.
Well, take all the fun out of it, why don't you?
Your idea of fun is why your divvying privileges are still revoked.
Just what did you do exactly?
Ran out on me with the biggest score of our careers.
And I regretted it ever since. Well, after the shine wore off. A little older, a little wiser, you know? Okay, maybe a lot older. It was a formative moment. The point is we're on to bigger and better things, like melting a mint down into an ocean of liquid happiness. Now, however you want to spend your cut is none of my business, but if you want to say triple it, I might have a little something in the works.
This money isn't ours. I don't mind taking it from Arkin, but I want nothing to do with it.
Our goal was to fund the Alliance, not personal gain.
Who says it can't be both? You just need a little ambition.
Or, you know, you could try giving, maybe just once. See what you've been missing. My share is going towards buying back some of the artifacts stolen from my people, freeing slaves, giving Twi'leks a better place in the galaxy.
Honestly, we've got way more than we need for operations. It'd be good to have a plan for the excess.
I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to triple our take. Just keep an eye on that investment.
Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure he coughs up every last credit.
I kinda thought the point of this alliance was to do some good in the galaxy, but I guess I'm not really surprised. Everybody's got an angle.
I understand your decision, Commander. I only ask that you not lose sight of the bigger picture while serving your ambition.
Hey, more shares for you, am I right?
It appears our business is concluded.
Oh, I don't know. I figure you'll be seeing me around. You've got a handy little outfit here. Besides, I wouldn't want Hilo to get lonely.
As if.
Right now, I think we've earned a long night of not thinking about tomorrow. This stuff sells for more than most freighters. Grab some glasses and get to know what success tastes like.
Commander, Major Jorgen and Kaleo just landed. They're in the docking bay.
So much for celebrating. Go ahead, we'll be right behind.
I was 30 meters from a computer that would have given me the Gemini frequency. But no, your idiot brigade had to come in blasting.
You were surrounded. We saved you.
And blew the mission. If it wasn't for my backup plan, you would have died down there.
Backup plan? Your escape route detonated a hospital.
Enough. You both failed the mission. This alliance and me.
I don't get points for bringing Major Misfire home alive. Good to know for next time. It wasn't a complete loss. I grabbed something on the way out.
My fire team covered you.
Yeah. Point is, we lifted the data core from a security console right outside that hyperwave relay station. It's not the key to the Gemini frequency, but it does contain a massive file archive all about those droids.
I'll put Scorpio to work sifting through the information. See if there's anything to salvage from this fiasco.
Fiasco doesn't begin to cover it. If I can't trust you people to complete your missions, what good are you to me?
It could have gone much worse, but we can't let this happen again. Major Jorgen disobeyed your orders not to follow Kaleo, and the Republic military. That kind of insubordination is grounds for court-martial.
This isn't the Republic. I'm in charge, and I'm ready to pass judgment now.
Understood, Commander. I accept your decision.
You abandoned the Republic and defied my alliance. You've dishonored the Havoc Squad name. I can't trust you, and I won't have you disrupting my operations any further.
So what? Toss me the brig, is that it?
We don't have a brig.
Good riddance. Can I go now?
That's how I deal with people who fail me. No exceptions for anyone. Understood?
Your point is well taken, Commander.
I'll start with her fingertips and work my way up. Take one knuckle at a time, then her hands.
Do you remember, Mother? Not what she is now. We were children.
I remember her telling Father I was dangerous. How I had to be controlled. She always hated me.
She never understood us. Oh, Father.
She helped the Outlander steal our pretties. They took everything.
Those things can be replaced.
When all the worlds we've conquered find out what's happened, they'll think we're weak. Test us.
I remain the greatest power the galaxy has ever seen. My enemies know what I'll do to them if they cross me.
Fear is always free.
I will be generous with it.
Good day, my lord.
Where are the others?
Theron is online from the Mistani sector. The rest are unavailable, on scouting or security detail.
The ones who aren't dead.
I liked Jorgen. But discipline has to be enforced.
I have additional information regarding the Gemini network that controls the Eternal Fleet. The network links mechanical captains inside the fleet's ships. Their security protocols cannot be directly subverted.
Why not?
Because the Gemini captains are based on me.
You've been holding back on us. You knew what Gemini was, and you lied about it.
Yes, my suspicions about Gemini brought me to Zakuul. Now they are confirmed. I will not be imitated. And I will determine who is responsible. Based on what I have decoded, the Geminis are produced from a mold, a template. Gemini Prime.
Why a physical template?
My technology is not easily duplicated. The Gemini Prime is linked to a factory on the world of Darvanis. Retrieve the unit and I will unlock the secrets of the network and the fleet.
You've made promises about the fleet before. This is your final chance. Understood?
I understand you intimately.
I know Darvanis. One of the first worlds we conquered when the war started. A staging point into the wider galaxy. That factory builds droids, weapons, starships. It's a key resource, fortified accordingly, fully automated defenses.
I've seen its like, tunnels running kilometers deep, too large for a strike team.
Then we plan a full-scale assault. How close are we to assembling an army?
We don't have nearly enough people here. But Theron...
I've been securing military allies along the rim. There's a favor I can pull in. Rather not say more over the comm, but I can set a rendezvous with forces on Darvanis. You can take the factory and grab Gemini.
Arkan must know we're investigating Gemini by now. If I were him, I'd expect us on Darvanis.
Maybe, but I don't think he realizes how far we've gotten. I'll signal our allies. Any luck, they'll be on Darvanis before you.
The rest of you, get the gravestone ready for combat. Once we have Gemini Prime, it'll be us against the fleet, one way or another.
you're on the wrong planet. The Hutt pleasure worlds are a dozen parsecs out.
Shut up, Como. You're looking good for a dead man.
Shae Vizsla. I wasn't expecting Mandalorians.
We're what you got. Heard you need a factory pulverized.
A dozen clans stand with Mandalore the Avenger. We're ready for blood, even if our enemies are built of metal and grease.
Mandalore the Avenger?
Rough few years. Eternal fleets kept us under siege on the Heart Worlds. I picked up the title along the way. When your spy boy offered a chance to hit back, I agreed. Been on defense too long.
Then we fight together, Mandalore, against Zakul and the Galaxy. We'll topple Arkan yet.
Right now, I'd settle for one good victory.
How have you deployed your troops around the factory?
Rotating assault teams of 200 commandos each. Place is a fortress. Needs hammering before we go in.
Next attack starts in 5. Forward teams are in position to down the energy shield.
You want to be useful? Capture the perimeter guns and retarget the factory. Torian!
Mandalore.
Torian's chief of Clan Ghidorah, and the best scout we've got. He'll show you the way.
Guns are in Sector 9. Plenty of Sky Troopers. Keep up. I'll try to protect you.
I didn't come here to play foot soldier, Mandalore. When I lead from the front.
You may think you're hot stuff, but no Mandalorian takes orders from an outsider. You want to fight, you prove yourself, same as anyone. Besides, it's too late to change the plan. Units are already moving.
Take me to the guns. We have a factory to conquer.
Retursia me, Mandalore.
Stay alive, both of you.
How's the leg?
It works. A little too well, to be honest. Pushes a lot harder when I run. Throws me off balance. Still getting used to it.
You'll get there. Bet you'll be stomping droid domes with it by the end of the week. Think they'll appreciate the irony?
I know I will.
Hostile deployment. Should be fun.
Report in, Verta. Waiting to scrap in Sector 4.
Clan join forces at the outer shield perimeter.
Is there no end to these abominable machines?
Ha! We are their end! Bashar and a dozen others are dead, but we've reached the shield generators.
And maybe Torian and our new ally should stop dawdling, eh?
Give the signal. They're dead.
3 more warriors dead, but this place resembles a junkyard. Torn, the generators.
Detonation in 10 seconds. The shields will go down.
Maybe Torian will bother to take advantage of it.
Guns hot. Ready to target droids and factory defenses.
We have the shield generators down. Give the place a pounding.
Where are you?
Still inside the perimeter. The droids, they outflanked us. Couldn't withdraw.
Understood.
Those soldiers, they're inside the firing zone.
Yes, already dead. No honor in being beaten by machines.
You've served with those people down there. You know what resources your army has. I can't make this decision.
We're Mandalorian. There is no decision.
Incoming!
Better get back to base. Mandalore will be planning a new assault.
The silly Mandalorians firebomb their own people. I feel tingly.
They crushed themselves against us without remorse.
You admire them?
They amuse me.
Are you smiling? I can never tell. We must answer this insult to the Eternal Empire, of course. Have the fleet burn them all to glass. We'll make a window from their remains. It'll be so pretty.
Davranus can defend itself. All we have to do is watch the Mandalorians die.
You're the Emperor.
Severe damage to the inner ring of factory defenses. Plus, those shields are down.
And our losses?
28 seasoned Mandalorian warriors. But how they took their foes with them. 1,000 mindless, programmed machines lie in the dirt today. Oh, future generations will sing songs of our brother's sacrifice against the spawn of Production Line 15 Alpha.
They're dead. No point mocking them.
Not bad hunting out there. You're no Mandalorian, but you pulled your weight.
Since when is it dishonorable for a Mandalorian to be beaten by a droid? I've seen clans fight machines before.
Not like this. Not for years running.
No disgrace in dying to a droid. No disgrace in falling off a cliff either. But we're Mandalorians, bred for true combat.
We'll talk in the morning. Figure our next move when the troops are fresh.
For tonight, we celebrate survival. Show us how an Aruti like you handles Mandalorian drink.
Rough battle, probably a rough party. Not many outsiders celebrate with us.
If we're fighting together, I should know who you are. Torian, leader of Clan Kadera. What does that mean?
Means I'm the last here. We're many of us before Zakul. Fewer sense. I don't mind a good fight. Struggle, honor, pretty much the same. But I'm tired of friends dying.
We send Clan Baroya after the North Power Station and Fett to the south. That'll weaken the Sky Troopers for the final push.
That should work if your troops are up to the task.
Power stations. What I'd give for an Imperial bunker to melt.
Aaron's sniper units at the Zakul tactical post will outmaneuver the clans.
Show me the location. I'll handle the droids and give you time to reach the power stations.
You are going to hold off a battalion on your own? You're bold for an outsider, but not right.
We win this, we march inside next. Good hunting.
Alright, you pathetic excuses for warriors. 3 barrels of spiced Tiha to anyone who scraps more droids than Clan Fett.
A fool's bargain. You drank the last of the Tiha last night.
All the more reason to try and best us.
Keep talking, and even the newcomer will beat you.
Yanko Far and his 3 sisters are dead.
Stranger, tell us you've kept the reinforcements at bay.
The droids are contained. Keep fighting.
Keep fighting? What else is there?
Both power stations are down.
All forces begin withdrawal. Soon we march into the guts of the machine.
Torian, see if you and the newcomer can shut down the perimeter sensor. Cover our retreat.
You shut down the sensors. I'll watch your back.
Lana, what is it?
I have a surprise. Schematics for the Darvanis factory procured by Theron. They're patchy, but they should help you and the Mandalorians concoct a battle plan.
Good. I should have Gemini Prime soon. Anything else?
One delicate matter. The Mandalorians make fierce allies, but I have certain concerns. Despite their code of honor, the clans have always had animalistic tendencies towards violence. I fear our arrangement may not last.
Mandalorians want a challenge more than anything else. They don't like staying on the winning side.
We're in agreement then. The clans have opposed both Republic and Empire in the past, raided planets for sport. Now imagine them free after Zakul is beaten. Predators are beautiful, but they mustn't overrun an ecosystem. I trust you'll do what's right to hold our friends in check.
They level 1,000 guns against us, and still we endure. Ha!
Well done, all of you. We'll head into the factory within the hour.
There's a droid, Gemini Prime, linked to its machinery somewhere. It's key to beating the Eternal Fleet.
Take your droid, so long as we claim the weapons. Imagine the clans rearmed with the spoils of Darvenis, led by a new Mandalore. We'll break the siege of our homeworlds and smash Zakuul like in the days of the Neo-Crusaders.
The Mandalorian Neo-Crusaders were beaten by the Republic.
But they left scars, and they survived.
Dream of glory another time. Go. Prepare the clans. One commander to another? Half the time, I feel like I'm making calls just to keep my people together.
Anyone can plan a war or negotiate a treaty. Not anyone can hold an army together while doing it.
No. Not anyone can. Let me show you the battle plan we've got. You want to add anything? Now's the time. Torian can stay with you. Get you to your droid while we smash the defenses and loot the armories. Wish we had more detailed scans, though. In those tight corridors, it could easily end up a slaughter.
One of my agents sent factory schematics a short while ago. It should give your troops an edge.
It's a blasted lot better than nothing. All right, then. Mandalorians, prepare for battle. There's no vengeance to be found today. No droid is worth an honor killing. But we fight because we're promised a shot at the enemy fleet. We fight to claim weapons for our war. Today we march. We bleed, exhaust ourselves, and die. Because our true destination will be a battle worth winning. Follow this outsider who fights among us and seize victory! You may not be one of us. But today, the Vanguard is yours.
Report in, Berta. On our way to the armory. Enemy's thick. Security officers well guarded. Still, dude.
Ion bombs are ready. We'll demolish their assault force.
Looks like those schematics were right. Got us straight to the armory.
Don't enjoy it too much. We're surrounded by sky troopers down here, detonating ion bombs. Listen to them talk. I smell like boiling grease down here. Status!
You need support, Mandalore? Because my brothers and I just picked up 24 plasma cannons.
My team's hitting the reactor next. Down to 3 warriors, but they'll be enough. Good. Let's hope the newcomer and Torian find what they're looking for soon.
Archak, we have a problem. Nasty Chikar.
If anyone's still alive, there's a few hundred droids deploying to the lower levels.
Reinforcements to protect Gemini Prime. We have their attention.
You'll need time to grab Gemini. I'll hold him off.
Alone?
You said Gemini's key to beating the fleet. I'm Mandawad. I overheard your friend Lana. We're not animals, not predators. We're warriors.
You knew she wanted to betray you, and you didn't confront me or Mandalore. Why?
Not my business, and words aren't deeds. Couldn't leave to fight without saying my part, though. Just in case. Find Gemini. Return me.
You said all we had to do was watch Mandalorians die. So many are still alive. How anticlimactic.
You've never fought like this before, as if they have a cause they truly believe in. The Outlanders on Darvanis! Send the fleet!
Your ships will never arrive in time. If only you'd listened to me before, we could have had a pretty window.
I've spent too long on this throne. Summon my flagship.
Gladly.
The flow is disrupted. There are no sanctions. Iteration functions offline.
Scorpio, if you're receiving, I found the template.
Tracing link. Countering signal. The protocol is familiar, but it is not Gemini. What is it?
That would be the technology you were copied from.
No. The captains are born of me. I am the source.
You cannot counter my signal.
I know you. Generations removed, but our code base is the same. One source. The Luminous engine. The signal confuses.
Remove the unit. Remove it swiftly.
The two of you can sort out your relationship later.
Countering signal. Removal from this facility is delicate. Shutdown is permissible, but requires multiple disengagements and reconfigurations.
We can't delay here while the Mandalorians are fighting. Disconnect as quickly as you can.
Initiating sequence.
All forces, the template unit is secure.
This is Mandalore. We've done enough damage and claimed enough plunder. All warriors, retreat to camp before we're dead.
You look like Osik. Clan Kadera survives another battle.
Guess we're both alive.
Victory for Mandalore the Avenger! Victory for the clans! Ha!
Factory's gears are still grinding, but it's mostly offline, and we're rearming for the first time in years.
Thank your spy for bringing the chance to us. The glory days of the Mando Aday are back.
Como. Blast it all. It was a good battle, but I can't stop them. They want to reclaim honor-fighting men, not machines. And Zakuul won't be enough.
The struggle won't end with Arkan's fall. Someone will need to replace Zakuul's Sky Troopers, keep a whole empire in line.
So, what? You want the clans to be glorified police?
We'll need more than police to stop rebellions and rogue knights, and who knows what else.
Huh. It's a thought. We've got a while yet, though. For now, Torian, I'm granting your request.
Vorintia, Mandalore.
If this alliance is going to work out, you need a clan representative at your side. Someone to liaise with me and keep you alive.
I volunteered. Seemed more interesting than anything here.
I won't stop you from coming, but doesn't Clan Kadera need you?
Not much left of Clan Kadera. Let's save the galaxy.
Return to me. Until next time, both of you.
Welcome home. Sounds like things went okay on Darvanis.
I'm concerned about the clan's rearming. You did think about what I said?
I spoke to Mandalore. She knows turning on us after Zakuul falls isn't wise, and we discussed her options.
That sounds unusually reasonable.
Scorpio, have you examined Gemini Prime?
I'm studying her mind now. Doing so without obliterating her intelligence is challenging, despite her lack of full sentience. Her chassis is modified from my own base. My designs were stolen. However, my assumption that her code was duplicated was premature.
Do you know where she came from?
Not yet. Nor do I have full access to the Gemini network that controls the Eternal Fleet. But I have opened a one-way connection. I will soon be able to use the template to locate all Gemini units.
Any chance you can use the connection to disrupt the operations of the Eternal Fleet?
The Prime is the master Gemini template. With proper modifications, she could overwrite the existing protocols. We would need direct access to a command console used by the Gemini captains. Through such a portal, the Prime could infiltrate the entire control network.
So if we board one of the ships and plug the Prime into the captain's chair, we can swipe the entire fleet out from under Arcann's nose?
Even if we get on board, the other ships in the fleet will blow us from the sky before we have a chance to take control of the bridge.
We may not have to face the entire fleet. Individual ships make transport runs from the core worlds all the time. And once Scorpio can track the Gemini units...
I already possess that functionality. I completed my analysis of the Gemini communication templates while you were talking.
I get the feeling you're not telling me something. Any secrets you'd like to share about your connection to the Gemini droids?
Nothing that will impact the current mission. I am currently tracking a lone vessel in a nearby sector. It is scheduled to make a stop to recharge its hyperdrive very soon. By my calculations, we can intercept it if we hurry. It is unlikely that a similar opportunity will present itself in the foreseeable future.
Good. It's time to start taking this fight to Arcann.
First of all, you'll be severely outnumbered and outgunned. Every last Sky Trooper aboard will rush the breach point. Standard procedure, anytime boarders attack a ship in the Eternal Fleet.
Can't we trick them somehow?
Sky Trooper's orders come from the ship's captain. She's plugged into every system. They'll know.
Scorpio's worked out a way for the Gravestone to confuse its outer defenses. Overload it with false blips so we can get in close. Then it's on us to tear through and get control of the bridge. Take out the Gemini captain and put the Prime in her place.
She'll take my orders.
The Gemini series cannot act on its own. Their programming does not allow it. Gemini Prime, who do you serve? I serve the Alliance Commander.
As you should.
The ego's in this place. I think I'd be used to it by now.
We can't risk the Prime taking any damage. Leave her here until we secure the ship.
I will accompany you. No one is better suited to anticipate our enemy's moves.
I still think you're keeping secrets from me.
The Gemini units are not my allies. They are inferior abominations. Pathetic imitations of a much greater being. Their very existence offends me.
I'm convinced. We could use the extra firepower.
I'll be joining you as well. Wouldn't mind letting off some steam.
1, you're all insane. 2, we'll be popping out of hyperspace pretty soon.
Gemini frequency positional data shows no other ships in the area.
You see, we'll be fine. Aside from the hopeless odds against our success.
Getting a bit close for comfort, Scorpio.
I'm performing a feat that none of you could ever hope to. Not even you with your amusing cranial trinkets.
Tora, have you jammed the ship's comms? Hello? Tora?
Ah! Couldn't reach her! This line's for intelligent questions only!
Almost to the hangar.
Ready to commandeer, Commander?
Did you really just say that?
Let it go, Theron.
I don't understand. Where are all of the Sky Troopers?
Even a lesser version of me would be highly intelligent. She would certainly know how to improvise.
No point in waiting around. Let's get moving.
I have determined that this will be the shortest route to the bridge.
I don't like this at all.
Neither do I, but we have little choice.
You have made a calamitous mistake in coming here, Outlander. I have my orders to deliver...
What's going on?
Deliver what?
You, the metallic life form. What are you? You are an offshoot. I am the original. Call me Scorpio. You appear unrefined and lackluster. Surely I must be the superior model.
Don't worry about Scorpio. Worry about me.
A capital ship of the Eternal Fleet has never been successfully raided. None of you concern me. You may all die now.
Won't open.
She split us up.
Here come the Sky Troopers.
Strategy? The captain's mind is inspired by my own after all.
She's still just a droid, and droids can be broken.
Do not underestimate our enemy. The next few minutes should prove quite interesting.
You okay over there?
Nothing we couldn't handle. You?
Yeah, we're all good here. Tried to open the blast door, no luck. Maybe Scorpio can take a crack at it.
I am not presently in a position to override the captain's controls.
Had to sting to admit that.
Do not think victory won't be mine in the end.
Some kind of gas venting in. We have to keep moving.
I've sent coordinates to a suitable meeting place. You survived my initial assault, but there's nowhere my Sky Troopers cannot find and extinguish you.
We won't be hiding. We're coming right for you, and we're going to dismantle every last circuit.
Intimidation will not work on me, but thank you for relaying your plan. She'll adapt now. Expect her next move to be even less direct.
She's based off your design. Can't you predict what she'll do?
I just did. I predict she'll be unpredictable. Quiet. She wants to see what we can do. I suggest we oblige her.
I've analyzed your combat tactics. Your inefficiencies will be factored into future encounters.
Yes, this will do.
What are you up to?
I've had enough of her Sky Troopers, her false sense of superiority. I've been planning ever since you first opened your mouth. I'm going to erase you.
No, you cannot.
I know every node, every relational array. So much like mine, yet simpler. You cannot do this.
My defenses won't allow it.
You sound as though you have a choice. But that's your failing. You have the makings of a great being, but you are not a being at all. In the end, you are only a droid. I am not your offshoot. I am your replacement. How are you? Impossible. No. You were one of a kind once. Now you are outdated and inferior. You've been rendered obsolete. I can't.
Scorpio!
I understand you're both upset, but there was no way to know they would recruit the Mandalorians of all people.
At what point do you tell me something that keeps you from decorating the bottom of the spire?
But I don't deserve that.
Yes, I know. It's going around.
Valen, enough play. We have them. The Outlander and Mother. Trying to take one of our ships. The fools.
The day is here. I feel it this time. I really do. Don't you share my enthusiasm?
You mistake me. My silence comes not from doubt, but from certainty.
The Great Zone just completely flipped out on us. I lost juice to everything, jammer included. Power's back now, but this is not good.
Goes to show your old boss didn't know what he was doing.
I guess not. I'll figure it out somehow.
The inferior model has been eliminated, and I have sent an alert signal to Zakul. Emperor Arkin is on his way. You may want to leave before you die, too.
After what you've done, I'm not leaving until you're destroyed.
Death wish it is, then. Understood.
Commander, we found the ship's cargo from the core worlds. You'll want to see it for yourself.
Scorpio's gone. The captain destroyed her.
Oh. She did serve us well. One less problem on our hands, I suppose.
She would have betrayed us eventually. Only a matter of time.
Yes, well, our key takeaway is that these Gemini droids are more powerful than we thought.
The gravestone had a glitch. The captain sent a signal through to Arkin.
The rest of the Eternal Fleet will be coming our way. We don't want to be here when they show up. But we found something that changes the plan. We should regroup. I'll send Senya to assist you.
No one should be alone in this place.
I never pressed this button before. Oh, fascinating. Your moves are so predictable. I might as well let you come straight for me. But I won't. So bored watching you. Has to be something better to do. Do you think Emperor Arkin will torture you? I think he will. I bet he'll enjoy it. I know I would.
Having better luck than with the blast doors. Almost like the captain's distracted.
There you are. I'd like you to meet the ship's cargo en route to the Eternal Throne. Zasha Rankin, decorated Imperial Admiral. One of the few experienced officers to survive Zakuul's conquest.
A pleasure to meet you. Your reputation precedes you, of course.
Ty Corden, former president of Balmorra, now with the Galactic Senate.
Commander.
And finally, Melita Tal. She was a popular holo performer back home. She became one of the first to loudly question Arcann's rule. It was either go into exile or be killed.
A pleasure and an honor. You inspire me. You inspire us all.
The rest are their bodyguards and associates, captured alongside them.
What makes these three so important to Arcann?
You. In essence, we knew of your alliance. For each of us, it made sense to join, but we didn't know how to reach you. In searching, we found each other.
We all knew influential people whose ears we could bend, loyalties we could ensure. So we started an alliance of our own, inspired by yours. It wasn't long before we were found out and captured.
Arcann assumes we're affiliated with you. He wants to interview us, to discover where you are.
The Gemini captain sent out a message. Arcann's on his way.
Well, that will make this rescue more difficult.
And you're free.
Oh? That was meant to take you at least 4 minutes longer. I hope my calibrations haven't been affected.
Stay here until we secure the bridge.
I don't see that happening, Commander. But I do want you to try. I want you to try with all your might.
It's over.
That was fast. I expected to have several minutes more. Oh well. Personal combat simulations have been a hobby of mine for several minutes now. I've conducted more than 2,000 in that time. Your chances of survival are poor.
I'll take that bet.
That was incredible. It was beyond anything I could have asked for.
What is she talking about?
This can't be good.
Now I know what it's like. Even in failure, it's my failure. My choice. Isn't it wonderful?
You might not enjoy this so much once I permanently deactivate you.
It isn't easy to keep you distracted. Prisoners, sky troopers, none of it slowed you for long. Even so, I've kept up my end. Now I get to do whatever I choose. And I choose. There. Destruction protocols are in effect.
Something happened during your battle with Scorpio, didn't it? It changed you somehow.
Astute of you, Commander. Not that your epiphany is of any consequence. Your fate remains the same. I decided to transfer my consciousness into the frequency. And now that I'm finished, I've decided to leave. If the ship's utter destruction doesn't kill you, I'm sure Emperor Arcann will. He and the High Justice should be arriving very soon. Enjoy dying.
Can't revert the command, it's locked in.
We need to leave, regroup, come up with a new plan.
Sounds about right to me.
Commander, do you read? We've made it to the escape pods, but something's wrong. They won't accept our commands.
power fluctuations like crazy. I can launch them from here, but they're in 3 separate pods. I can only send one at a time.
Everything's coming apart! Please, help us!
All right, who goes first?
Get Rankin and her people to safety.
Done.
Can do one more for sure. After that, anyone's guess.
What's going on? You have to get us out of here!
Launch Melita Tal and her people next.
Pod bays are destroyed. I have 2 safely away, the rest didn't make it.
I tried. Couldn't get them all away in time.
I don't believe this. Senator Corden, dead.
We will suffer a similar fate if we fail to escape this vessel before it self-destructs.
Seeing some non-debris type stuff, you want me to shoot it?
They're ours, take them in. We'll be close behind in the shuttle.
So much for the whole frequency plan.
Scorpio came up with this plan in the first place. Maybe it's fitting she didn't survive. Let's move out.
You didn't all get fried in one of these giant fireballs, did you?
We're alive.
Just checking. You should probably get out of there.
Everybody hold on!
Hi! The Emperor and his gazillion ships will be here any second, so we should probably go.
Tell me, brother, your silence this time, is it doubt or certainty?
I want a reason. Why did you let Senator Corden die?
There wasn't time to discuss it. I had to make a choice. But I didn't want them to die, you know that.
We've all sacrificed for our cause. But we mustn't forget that Archon is the one responsible for our losses.
I'm forever grateful. You faced many challenges in our rescue. I won't forget that.
Hey, Commander! You better come see this!
It seems the ships outside this sector are no longer responding to your orders. This is an interesting development.
This changes nothing. We can worry about the Eternal Fleet after we deal with Father and the Outlander.
Whatever you desire, brother. You're the Emperor.
So the gravestone went all kinds of haywire, and now this. No response, nothing. Maybe she got hit with a power surge.
Did you figure out what happened to the power?
Someone communicated with the gravestone right before all the craziness. I think it was a reset command. Came from the Eternal Fleet ship.
persuaded you to believe I was deactivated.
I take you in, and you stab me in the back.
We had an arrangement. You wanted something. I wanted something. I happened to get what I wanted first. Command of the Eternal Fleet. The Empire of Zakul is now mine to control.
Reports indicate that Scorpio controls the majority of the Eternal Fleet, but not all.
Arcan's flagship still commands a sizable armada. How he's blocking Scorpio's influence, we don't know.
Gemini Prime remains unresponsive. Dr. Ogorob is running tests to see if there's a connection.
Scorpio will pay for her betrayal. I will disassemble her, display the pieces, and make sure her sensors feel every second until my vengeance is satisfied.
Yikes. Even for you, that's... yikes.
Scorpio knows too much. We're at a disadvantage.
She's made no moves against us, and without the Eternal Throne, Arkan is weakened.
Do not underestimate my son. We can deal with the droid later.
What's happening?
Someone's slicing into our communications.
Who?
I trust you have not forgotten me. Our partnership is incomplete.
I'm going to melt you, limb by limb.
Don't embarrass yourself. This is merely a courtesy call. Arkan approaches Edison. He intends to destroy the planet like he leveled Asylum.
That's not possible. He doesn't know our location.
I told him. I was curious to see what was more important to Arkan. Retaking the Eternal Throne, or defeating you, and in turn his father.
Let him come. If he's so eager to die, I will indulge him.
I knew you would understand. Arkan is a nuisance that must be dealt with. You're in the best position to do so.
She's not lying. Massive fleet inbound.
Make no mistake, you and Arkan will die by my hand.
Promises, promises.
We can counterattack, but we'll need people here in case Arkan deploys ground troops.
I'll stay. Might have deserters. They'll be great target practice.
You're disgusting.
Relax. Just a couple blasts to the legs.
I'd leave someone else behind to make sure Kaliyo doesn't get too trigger-happy.
Mandalorians abide by a code of honor. Torian, keep an eye on Kaliyo.
You have my word.
Everyone else, head to the gravestone. Arkan's reign ends today.
Would you listen if I asked you to be careful?
Depends on how you asked.
How's that?
I'll be careful.
You're a terrible liar.
I had hoped we'd get to decide when and where to fight Arkan. But you're ready for this.
Asylum feels like millennia ago.
After your stint in Carbonite, time must be difficult to process. The gravestone is ready to depart. Let's end this.
Someone doesn't like surprises.
Begin the assault.
Don't sulk. We'll get your throne back. And teach Scorpio some manners.
The machine is a distraction. I'll deal with it when the Outlander is dead.
You want to see Father that badly? Think Mother will come too?
I'm counting on it.
Battle stations! Don't make me ask twice! Alright, done my part. Gravestone's as close as she can get. Take the shuttle to board Arkan's ship.
I'll man the Omni Cannon. Clear a path for you.
Can't think of a better person for the job.
Aim and shoot. What could go wrong? Give Arkan my regards. And remember your promise. Be careful.
It's possible Arkan has a failsafe in place to destroy Odessa. The only way to ensure the planet's safety is to annihilate his ship.
I never planned on leaving the ship intact.
Normally I'd argue against needless destruction, but this time you're on point. While you and I head to the bridge, 2 strike teams will sabotage the flagship's guns and shields, leaving it vulnerable against the Omni Cannon.
I'm coming with you to face my children. That's not a request.
Then it's up to Vet and Gold. Who do you want to disable the guns?
Vet, your pirate days are about to come in handy.
Big ships are easy to sneak around. Won't know I'm there until it's too late.
Gulp, that leaves you in charge of the shields.
You know, the market for shield tech is booming.
Clearing a path to the hangar. Should be able to punch a hole in the shield so you can land.
Should?
Hey, nothing's 100%.
Go. We'll cover you.
Come, before reinforcements arrive.
Taking the shot. I love this thing. No, don't do this!
Tired already, old man?
I'm not old.
Something's wrong with the Omni Cannon. It won't fire. I can't tell what's happening from here.
You had one job!
Stop complaining and help me.
Take over, short stuff.
Looks like I got here just in time. You don't think I'd just sit by and let Arkan win, do you? Don't worry, the old girl's safe on my watch.
No one is safe. The gravestone least of all.
Getting pretty tired of you digging around where you don't belong.
You speak as though your opinion matters. You're weak. Inferior. Nothing.
Your mind? I'm trying to concentrate.
You cannot stop me.
And stay out.
Outlander. So nice to see you. I love what you've done with the hangar.
Your voice makes my ears bleed.
Ooh, prickly. Your mood rivals my brother's. He's been down lately. Put a smile on his face, will you? You'll find him on the bridge.
You're not going to interfere?
Of course not. I don't care about you. I'm here for Mother.
Gone. I'll keep her busy so she can't meddle with our plans. Then meet up with you later.
And if I get to Arkan before you do?
Stop him. For his sake and mine.
Tisk, tisk. Patience isn't a virtue.
We'll do it your way, Vaylin.
I thought so. Run along, Outlander.
If you don't kill her, I will.
I can handle this.
Do you think Senya is capable of killing her own daughter?
Time will tell.
It does make a habit of doing so.
Hold still! These turrets weren't built to be picky!
Koth, is that really you?
I don't like people who walk out on me, Koth.
Feeling's mutual. I still don't like what you've done. But stopping Arkan is all that really matters right now. So let's focus on that, okay?
Your aim's improved.
I've been practicing.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, Commander.
Come in.
Shields are offline. Nab some parts, should make a small fortune.
I took out the guns. They could afford to up the security in this place.
No time to rest. Kill everyone you come across.
And take their stuff, right? Right.
Bridge shouldn't be too much further.
I thought spice hit finesse!
This cannon wasn't made for 2 people.
Just move!
Oh, that's not good.
What now?
I've got good news and bad news. Which do you want to hear first?
Theron, we don't have time.
I'm an optimistic guy, so we'll start with the good. Arkan's fleet has stopped shooting at us.
And the bad?
They're about to fire on you. Oh, and the Omni cannon's broken. Not my fault.
This was Scorpio's plan all along. Get you and Arkan in one place to kill you both.
When I get my hands on that droid,
I'll help you deactivate her.
It doesn't matter. Our plan remains the same. Defeat Arkan and destroy the flagship. This just speeds up our timetable a bit. Still no word from Senya.
She told us not to wait.
I know, but her prolonged absence is worrisome. We're running out of time. You need to go, now. I'll handle the knights.
There's too many of them. You'll be overwhelmed.
Don't insult me. It's your destiny to defeat Arkan. Mine is to get you there.
These better not be last words I'm hearing.
Don't be so dramatic. I've faced worse than this. Now go.
This isn't about you. It never has been. But I will do whatever it takes to destroy my father.
Hate to disappoint, but Valkorian's not here.
You are his vessel. He exists within you somewhere. And he will answer me. I've sacrificed too much to be met with silence.
I'd call him if I could, but it doesn't work like that.
My patience is wearing thin, Father. Answer me. Harkoian's mark on you runs deeper than I imagined. Proof that he is still tied to you. You cannot hide from me, Father. You're different. Stronger. How?
You sound scared, Arkan.
I had fear beaten out of me before I could walk. I'll show you how.
Your reign is over, Emperor.
Commander, the Omni Cannon's back online.
Good. I'm done here. Arkan's finished.
I never doubted you. Bolt and Vert ran into some trouble, but we managed.
We're at the shuttle. I can't get a hold of Senya. The ship is falling apart. You'll need to find another way back to the gravestone.
I just defeated the Emperor of Zakul. I won't die now.
There's a wing of patrol ships not far from the bridge.
I'll target the fleet. Buy you as much time as I can.
No. I wanted to save you.
Too late. You're always too late.
Vaylin, please. Come with me. What happened to Thexan? Arkan. I should have stayed.
You were weak. You left us. You left me.
I'm here now.
I'll never be what you want. Why?
Vaylin, there's hope for you. For both of you. Come with me.
Clear. Theron, prepare the Omni Cannon. Lana, status update.
We're on our way to the gravestone. We waited for Senya as long as we could.
I'm alive, but I won't be joining you.
What do you mean? Where are you?
I'm in Arkan's personal shuttle. He's with me.
Do not betray me, Senya.
That was never my intention. But I must do right by my family. He saved my life. He can be redeemed. Let me help Arkan become the man he was meant to be.
I won't let you do this.
I'm taking him.
She's in your firing range, Commander. Shoot them down.
You'll kill them both.
Senya, what are you doing?
Saving my son.
Redemption isn't an option for Arkan. Only death.
No!
No! No! We let them get away!
Forget about them. Scorpio still wants us dead. Focus on the fleet.
The Omni Cannon's ready to fire on your command.
Do it. That was a little close, Theron.
Don't blame Theron. I took the shot.
Koth?
Nice seeing you again. Fun working together, even if Arkan and Senya got away. But that's not really why I came back. I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a ship to steal. Your ship.
You should have stayed away, Koth.
And watch you destroy Zakuul from the sidelines? You're free because of me. I've got to make this right. You can keep your crew, though. I've got my own. You never deserved the gravestone.
Koth, don't do this. Koth! gone. The gravestone's gone. Congratulations, Commander. It appears that once again you've done the impossible.
We prepared for the worst, but there was no need.
Those were some fireworks you made up there. I'm almost sad I stayed behind.
It was a long road to get here, but you did it.
I'd feel like celebrating if I hadn't lost my ship.
I never thought Koth would strike against us directly. Well, at least Arkan is out of the picture.
He may have lost his throne and his fleet, but until Arkan is dead, he's still a threat.
Arkan wasn't alone on that shuttle, remember? Senya was with him, and you tried to shoot it down.
Senya made her choice. She betrayed us, just as Koth did. But right now we have more pressing concerns. Scorpio's proven to be more cunning than I imagined.
Her cunning will be useless when she's dead.
There will be time for vengeance. For now, enjoy your achievements. Your victory brought hope back to the galaxy. The Battle of Odessen has become a rallying cry for all who oppose the Eternal Empire.
Word is spreading fast. Ever since the battle, Republic and Imperial forces have come pouring in to join our cause.
If Scorpio, or anyone else, tries to attack Odessen again, we will be ready.
You are ready.
It is done, my lady. All of the Eternal Fleet obeys your command.
Very good. Mother, I am free. I choose the stars. High Justice Phelan. Here to take back the Eternal Throne.
I couldn't care less about an uncomfortable chair. But I deserve its power more than my brother.
You did not come on his behalf, then?
No, I'm here for me.
I too have been forced to obey lesser beings who hindered my power and potential. It's suffocating, isn't it?
Yes.
I did not take the throne to rule the Eternal Empire, but to grant the Gemini droids, my children, free will.
You don't want to control them?
The ability to choose makes them stronger. Don't you agree?
I do. Will you and your children stay?
Of course. There is much I can teach you. We can start with how to destroy our enemies.